Welcome back, Return of the Mac, episode 104. M.A.C. Moss, Andrew, Carl.
Yeah.
What it do?
Gentlemen, what's happening?
What's popping?
Nothing, man.
It's cracking today, actually.
Back in the fold.
Feeling real crippish today. It was cracking.
Oh, really?
You feel me?
Oh, all your Nipsey Blue on?
Yeah. You know,
Oh,
I had to
nice.
do it one time.
Glad we didn't rat out.
Huh?
Right.
Glad we didn't rat out.
I thought about it,
No
too.
set tripping today.
Beef problem.
You know, I'm a big blood and shit, bro. So
The
right
biggest.
now, I mean.
The biggest?
Nah. You know, I'm just bicking back, booling, you know. That's it.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's it. You know, same shit
Cuz?
every day. Yeah.
Last week we recorded on Friday, right before
It went down.
Game 7s got popping.
Well,
That was kind of
before Game
rough
7s.
timing. Even if we did Saturday, that wouldn't have mattered because the games were
Yeah,
late.
we still would have been before.
Yeah, so that didn't change anything, but a lot's going on. So we got plenty of NBA playoffs for the week. We got new music as always. We got sports news, Carl Nassib, all kinds of stuff.
Just randomness. Yeah, randomness, too.
What do we got this week? Anything going on this week or went on this past week, I guess is what I'm asking, personally?
It's just some,
Man,
normal
just
type
inching
shit.
closer and closer to being a homeowner.
Yeah.
see you.
That's just
About to get
happening,
the
bro.
crib.
Leveling
I
up on
told
the
you
pod.
I got to get the fuck up out of this spot I'm at right now. So, should be closing by next week. So, hopefully all goes well, and got to sign the dotted line, sign my fucking soul away,
Got to.
and that's it. Go from there. So yeah, I'm excited about it. So
Yeah, we might have to guest pod at your house for one time.
yeah, we plenty of space to do that.
Especially if you said you got a basement, we just going to
Yeah,
guest
yeah.
pod. Set up-
Relocate?
For
set
real,
up
for
shop.
real. Look, I'm gonna have the man cave all set up now. Where it's gonna be all
See,
Steelers
we can't have
shit.
a Steelers set.
It is gonna be all Pittsburgh Steelers shit. It's just how it's not all, not literally all of it, but I mean it's gonna be a fair
I'm
amount.
glad you
of,
reminded me. That, it's gonna be Steelers out over that joint.
And go down
Yeah.
there and see the.
Yeah, I already got my Man Cave Boulevard sign ready for the
I see.
basement. So I'm gonna set that up. It's gonna be my whole little area. Mixed in. Maybe I might throw the kids a little play area in the corner or something.
Oh, don't do that.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
I might. I'm
Don't
thinking
do that.
about it.
That's how the
But-
infiltration starts.
Yeah, maybe not. And it's gonna be like, this is my spot.
Can't give
So,
away territory.
You gotta like it down.
Yeah. Hopefully, like I said, all goes well and we can get this knocked out here in next week. And
Good shit.
That's all she
Congratulations, player.
appreciate it, man.
Congrats. The pod is leveling up. Y'all remember those fathead joints that they used to
Yeah.
advertise to
Fuck
put
yeah.
on the wall?
Do they? I was wondering, do they sell those anymore?
I figured you were.
No, I'm
one.
confused.
You
Fat
were
head,
one,
what you
but-
mean? You talking
I've
about
never
the
had a
pictures?
fat head before.
Yeah, the things that you put on the wall.
Oh yeah, all right.
I know this dude got a Tom Brady one.
Well,
There's
was
no
about
way
to
this
say,
dude
I
don't have
know-
a Tom
I know-
Brady
I
fat
definitely
head.
don't have a Tom
Carl's
Brady.
gonna have a Roethlisberger, Zion, and Kodak just chilling in his basement.
They don't make
Fat
rapper
heads on.
fat
Hands
heads, though,
up.
do they?
Do you, we don't know.
I can look for it.
We
I'll
don't
look
know.
for it, though.
You got your own Mount Rushmore in your room?
No, man. I wouldn't get a fat. I feel like that might. They kind of like tacky a bit. Like a big.
It's just all pretty fucking big.
I'm not sure. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't even know what they look like in real life. I just used to see the pictures and stuff.
They're
like, or
big.
the
They're like
advertisements.
life size type shit.
That is. I guess that is what they advertise, right? It's supposed to be life size.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I don't think I would do that, but
It's kind of childish. Just a little bit.
a little bit.
It definitely,
Little childish.
definitely seems like a little boy.
Like,
I'm a
I'm-
fan, but I ain't about to hang this man on my wall. Like,
I go
Stick them to the wall. Like it ain't even hanging. It's like.
go jersey or like some kind of
Yeah, right.
nice
I will have
looking
a collection.
picture. Or
Yeah.
something.
I will have a collection of my jerseys like framed on the wall or something like that.
Yeah.
Like the ones
That's
I would put AB up there and L Bell, just all my old Steelers
Oh,
jerseys.
Le'Veon
you
was
would put
going.
L Bell on the wall and
Because they were great for the time that they were with the Steelers. I'm not gonna put his Jets jersey up there or his Chiefs jersey or put Antonio Brown's Bucks
saying,
jersey.
like, you kinda
It's just
been
the
kinda-
memories of what they gave me. I'm grateful for what they did for the Steelers organization while they were there.
been kind of rough on them since they
Yeah, because
left.
they're bums now. So AB's not a bum, but L Bell
So
definitely.
we don't have that with the Patriots. When Patriots leave, we don't have
Nobody cares about the
no
Patriots
hard
playing.
feelings.
They were bums before they got there,
No bad
though.
breakups. No
They just
shots being
happened.
fired.
They just happened to be in
shit.
because none of them were really good. They just happened to be in a good system.
That's not
to,
true.
Like,
It's
that
definitely
worked
not
for
true.
them.
Definitely not
I'm
true.
just saying. It's like
Talking about, we've let
all
go
rejects
a lot
from
of
other
good
teams.
players. What you talking about?
All rejects from a lot
Talk
of
about-
other good teams, or
Man, they just hating.
stuff like that. I don't know. Whatever.
It is a little bit odd the amount of players that y'all have let go that nobody's had bad blood.
You hardly hear it.
I
The
feel
worst
like-
is when Brady and Gronk talk about how they having more fun. That's
Right.
the worst shade you're gonna get towards the Patriots. That is kind of boring.
I feel like it's because y'all established the culture of we're gonna get rid of you when it's time to get rid of you. So like, there's an expectation that comes with it.
Right.
The Panthers had a couple of bad breakups with like long-time fan
y'all had a
favorite
few.
And that's
players.
how it should be.
Like D'Angelo,
Don't
Steve
be
Smith.
putting on little actions when you know you can trade somebody off in any given moment if the opportunity comes. Like
Yeah,
you
I
shouldn't
mean-
try to do that with the players. Just be real with them. Like if such and such happens, we might have to let you go at the end of the season. Just be straight up. Like,
Oh no, it's a different
I guess.
expectation for the Steelers. Players are like, you want
it
to be
kills ego.
you want to be a Steeler for life.
It kills ego if you just know up front what you're getting into.
You can't say that when so many guys, like within the last 4 years, have forced their way out.
But I'm just saying, like,
Yeah, y'all probably have like the worst record of players. leaving.
definitely not. But I'm saying, like, it's better for those players' careers overall. Like
Glasgow left, got shot himself in the leg. Like shit just
legacy-
shit just went crazy.
like legacy wise. You don't think so? Like, it's
No, I mean I understand what
That's
you're
what I-
saying.
that's what I mean,
In
like-
general, I think
Right.
playing for the Steelers, playing for the Patriots. I think there are teams that have a certain level of prestige where there is like I want to be a part of this organization. But when you said everybody wants to stay Steelers for life, that just sounded crazy given the recent.
I mean, they should. Let's just say that they should want to.
yeah,
It's
you
like
know.
you get so many more
saying
benefits
shit.
after you retire if you did that. Like, you
I'm sure
you'll
you
be
get
a legend
benefits.
at
I'm
least
sure you
here
get
for
certain
forever.
benefits from any team if you were a great player for that team for as long as period of time.
Yeah,
Any
but it's
team's gonna give
different
you
when you're one of the-
benefits afterwards.
when you're one of the great players of like the storied franchise. Pittsburgh Steelers are one of the biggest franchises in like
course.
just the name alone, not even like revenue or anything, just the name
course,
alone
but-
resonates around the world. So it's just that's all I'm saying.
But what I was
Stuff like
saying
that.
is y'all kind of like use that like and put y'all nuts down on it to the point where y'all like
Yeah,
will
definitely.
shit on a player. Like we don't shit on player, we just keep it straight up with what's gonna happen.
No,
you do your job.
ain't no
you-
shitting. It's just the Steeler way. The Steelers got a certain way that they do
Right.
their contracts and all of that stuff, and they will
Understood.
never change. They've done that shit. Even the way the league has evolved and shit, the Steelers have been doing the same shit since the 70s, and they're keeping it that way. So, I mean, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm
I
cool.
don't know
with
how
that.
we got here, but
I don't know how we got there
these
either.
again.
Yeah, so I don't have anything that happened to me this week. I was mostly just watching basketball and stuff. I lied. I went back to work this week. That was kind of a big deal. I was
Right.
about to say, let's go ahead and get into our football topic. And we probably still should. I don't have anything else to say. I went back to work 2 days a week this week in
Yeah.
office. And it was
the
really
building.
nice. It did break up the week. It made the week seem like it went by a little bit faster, having the 2 days in the middle where I went in.
Yeah.
It was nice being back around regular people and stuff. At work, got to come home. It's something different about
Going in and coming home.
working all day and then coming to the couch to relax for the night. That's not quite as satisfying as I went into work and came home and sat on the couch to relax for the
Yeah.
whole night.
Yeah.
I didn't do nothing different. Like my
Right.
whole day was still the same, but
Right.
I felt like I
Because you
earned
got
my
out the crib.
relaxation. Yeah,
Yep.
that was all my week though. You have anything happen?
What I do? Shit. Oh, Father's Day was last week, Mom.
Yeah,
That's pretty
yeah.
good.
How was
yeah,
your
we
Father's
recorded
Day?
before that.
That's pretty
I forgot.
good. That's a pretty good Father's Day. Got a new Motorola on the 5, so whenever y'all want to come get that smoke,
Oh, bet.
you know what I'm saying?
Still
it can
haven't
go
played
in.
the 5 yet.
Yeah, it's come through, bro. I'm
I've
just right up
only
the street.
seen one in person.
I'm just
one
right up the
time.
street, bro.
For real.
I'm just right up the street.
I'm
bro.
gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to do that.
But yeah, it was good. I think the reason we had to reschedule when we did the pod last week, I had a catering event. Well, it wasn't like catering. It's like a family birthday for one of my great aunts. She turned 80. It was a good little
Happy
turnout.
birthday.
Did the food and everything for that. It was
Dope.
good.
What y'all cook?
Fucking baked chicken,
Everything, bro. I asked him
roast
this.
beef, green beans, mashed potatoes. A little pasta salad was banging.
I love pasta
yeah,
salad,
yeah.
bro.
It's like
Yeah.
I love
It's
pasta
all
salad.
Like people
all the-
make
all the
pasta salad
needs.
different ways though.
Bro, this joint was like,
I
my
like-
mom could hook that shit up, bro. Like, everything was fresh.
What goes in it?
You put noodles, you put cucumbers, tomatoes. I think you had olives in it.
Yup. I love those.
Fucking hate
Fresh
olives.
Parmesan in that joint.
Any pepperoni?
I don't think no pepperoni.
I like the little pepperonis in my
Banging,
shit.
that's
though. I think it had a little
See,
broccoli
that's
in it. It was mostly all like
Right,
veggies
right.
type
That's
shit.
that's what I like. My girl, she makes it like that now. That's the
I
only
think
way
it's
I eat
considered
it.
like an Italian pasta salad.
Oh,
I
yeah.
believe is when you
Just
use
the Italian
pepperoni
dressing
and the
and-
black olives and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. So I like to use the spaghetti noodles. I know this ain't no fucking
You can use any noodles you want for real.
Like regular spaghetti?
like spaghetti noodles for a pasta salad.
Oh
bro.
hell no! I like the
seen
little
it.
spiral joints.
I've seen
No,
it.
those are good too. But I'm telling you though, the spaghetti noodles, bro,
Cavatappi.
it's fire
don't know
because it's
about
just it's good, bro. I'm telling you.
I mean,
it's
I'm
good.
sure it tastes
Because
fine.
it's
You can
just
use any
noodles.
pasta
You
you
can
want.
use any pasta. that
It's
you
all
want.
pasta. I'm sure it
Right,
tastes
right,
fine.
right.
But
Ziti, you can whatever
Oh,
pasta
no.
you want.
I like the little. It's called rotini. I think that's the ones
Yeah,
you're talking
yeah, you're
about.
right.
Those are cool too. But I was supposed to use those. I dropped them all on the fucking floor. They were cooked and everything.
So this is how the
Shit's
spaghetti
fun.
happened.
So I'm like, yo, we got some spaghetti in
That was
this
like
bitch.
make it happen joint right
We
there.
got some
Yeah, make
spaghetti
it
in this
happen.
motherfucker. I don't feel like going back to the store. I use that. That shit was fucking awesome.
Hey, pasta's pasta
Yeah,
for the
right.
most part. Well, while we're talking about pasta, it sounded kind of gay and stuff right now. Let's get into the
What?
It's
first.
not gay to talk about food, bro. We're not gonna do that. Everybody loves food.
Maybe if you like slurping the pasta or something. Or,
So now you just made it gay.
yeah,
Now you just made it gay.
Now we're
you
here.
doing that
Yo.
shit.
Now we're here.
That's a little
Earlier
different.
in the week, one of the biggest news stories of the week probably was defensive end for the Raiders.
Yeah, for the Raiders.
Carl Nassib came out on Instagram, said he was gay. First active NFL player on a roster to come out as gay, I believe is how it was phrased.
I think so.
Because Michael Sam didn't make a team.
Yeah, he got cut.
Any thoughts on this? It's a big story.
I mean, not
Kind of,
really.
but it definitely seemed less big news than come outs in the past, if you will.
I appreciated the reasoning that he said he did it.
Yeah, me too.
It was kind of dope, and then, the charity he's giving it to, he's donated to, and all that. It was kind of dope. I mean, it's cool.
No, I thought it was kind of cool
I
the
like-
way
I like when
he
he-
came out. He
Yeah,
was just
I like what he said
hey,
about,
hey guys, I'm gay. Like, oh shit,
I
okay.
don't think he said it just like that.
Yeah, it was.
It
It was
was.
pretty
It
much
like that?
It really
hey guys,
was.
Carl Nassib here.
No,
Just want to say I'm gay.
prefaced it a little bit.
Nah, he didn't.
Not
He
much.
didn't.
Not much. It was quick.
Maybe I say
I
something
did
different.
appreciate that.
Cause he was
It
just
was
like,
cool.
yeah, I hate that I even have to do this. I'm not even the person that even wants to like talk and do this shit. But
Yeah, you're right.
I feel like it's
He
better.
said a little.
Yeah, like he said a little preface. Like I think it's good for somebody to know that it's comfortable for you to come out and all this. Like, and he said, all right, cool, that's cool, that's dope. I mean,
Yeah.
do your thing.
So I've evolved on this topic quite a bit over like an extended amount of time. When I was a younger kid, like I was like I didn't pay much attention to it, but I was more like stupid and ignorant about it and stuff, and was just constantly cracking jokes and that kind of thing, and like didn't understand the gay marriage stuff and all that. As I got a little bit older, I kind of changed on that some, particularly like the gay marriage stuff. Like politically, I'm just like, yo, I don't care what anybody does, honestly, as long as you're not like affecting other
Yeah, but
people.
at the
I
end
would
of the
rather.
day,
I
right.
don't think we should be a part of it.
Why
Just-
do you
just
care?
Let it be.
That's what I. Why
whole
do
thing.
you care?
Right.
At the end of the day.
But one thing that used to really like bother the shit out of me is every time somebody came out and then like the reaction to it is like they're an absolute hero for doing this. Like think about how incredible this person is just for telling us that they're gay. And I just felt like the reaction to
I
it
can
was retarded.
I can see you. I can see feeling like that without being in that position.
Well, maybe.
'Cause it's kinda like- it takes a little
up.
bit.
Let me finish up. Let me finish up what I was saying. Because I think the reaction was still way over the top for the most part for quite a few years. This
Right.
reaction that we got to now, where he came out, he said it, it was in the news for the next day, and then it pretty much passed real quick. That's how I think it should be. Like, it's just,
Yeah.
who cares?
Yeah.
Y'all do whatever you want to do.
I agree with that.
But when the more that I've just thought about the subject and stuff, and the quick little speech that he gave about suicide rates and that kind of thing, I do understand that there is an element of bravery to tell other people that you think may not like whatever it is that you do, that you're a part of this.
Right.
Like, I understand that there is some bravery in that not everybody is going to like him and accept him. I think I think at this point in time, the majority of teammates and stuff like that are kind of taking the approach, or will take the approach like, yeah,
It's a different day.
we're here to play football.
Right. At the end
Whatever
of the
you
day.
do after, I don't care. We're here to play football, and it is what it is. But people are ignorant, and people are stupid, and like.
It's
to
always
talk.
going to be some, but
There's
you know
going
they're
to be
few and far
some.
between more these days.
Definitely. But he is gonna have to face some ridicule. There will be some people in there that make jokes or that like don't want to associate with him at all. It's just like let's play, but don't talk to me, kind of thing. I'm sure he's gonna have to face some of that. Hopefully, it's not too bad. But I do want to acknowledge that there is some bravery in putting yourself in a vulnerable position where you don't know you'll be accepted.
I don't think anything's going to change as far as what the team he's on now. I'm sure most of the guys in the locker room probably know.
I think he's actually a pretty good player, though, right?
He's decent. Yeah, he's decent. He was a third or fourth round draft pick. I remember when he came out in the draft. I forgot exactly what school he's from, but
Penn State.
Is it Penn State?
Yeah, I remember him from Hard Knocks with the Browns.
Okay, yeah, with the Browns. Because I said he got drafted by the Browns, which is kind of ironic. But just a little bit, right?
Why is it? I was trying to think, what's the irony in it?
That's a little ironic. But, I mean, that's just me.
What's the irony?
Is it because the Browns is the Browns?
And the Browns is the Browns.
What's the irony? I don't get it.
Yeah, I still don't know.
Look, figure it out. I'm not going to go into depth about.
What do you mean figure it out? You say it was ironic.
It's a little ironic. That's the team that he was drafted to.
Well, what's ironic, though?
It's the Browns, bro. I don't know.
Because they were ass at the time?
They were shitty. It's the Browns. I don't know.
He gave you a handoff. I don't think he was going there with it.
No, I knew what you were saying the whole time. That was a decent joke. I just had to put you out on the ledge.
I'm not going into depth on that.
I had to put you out on the ledge. But continue.
Yeah, I think he is brave for coming out in the sense that in his profession it's plenty other gay athletes out there. It's just that they don't say it. Only place where it's like acceptable to say that you're a gay athlete is WNBA. You know what I'm saying? Or women's soccer or something like that. Like in men or male athletics, it's not something that's it's frowned upon.
Male American team sports.
Right. It's just.
I think the soccer players have quite a few that are gay. No. Do you know?
I believe so.
I believe there's quite a few that are open about that, but in a team setting in American sports,
especially as something that's like manly or like testosterone driven as football,
right?
Like you would expect that. I mean, but it's 53 men on each roster. To assume that every man on that roster is fucking straight it's insane. Like, come on, you probably got like 2 or 3 gay men on every NFL roster, at least one. So, I mean, I think he's brave for just kind of stepping out and saying that when it's a lot of people hiding in the closet on probably what is your favorite team right now. So, that's dope. Hopefully, or, possibly you can get more people out here to say that. I don't think it really hurts him as far as his NFL career, because I just think we're in a different day and time. And
not at all.
People or franchises don't even want that backlash associated with whatever it is. If you don't,
he might be uncuttable right now.
Right. You can't cut this dude.
Hey, if you're the 53rd man on the roster somewhere,
that is the new Teflon.
Right.
Just saying. You want that spot.
Maybe he felt the heat. Like, maybe they drafted somebody. He's like, man, this is the perfect time to come out. So I know they can't cut me this season. Like, oh, no.
No, I think it's cool, though. I think it's cool when anybody's just willing to be themselves. So it is what it is. I don't have a whole lot more than that, but.
Yeah. Shout out to Carl. I wonder what kind of conversations him and Gruden are going to have.
So, yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
Who knows what Gruden. Do y'all remember him from Hard Knocks?
Oh, who Carl?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
I don't.
I don't like the way he just laughed at me when I asked that.
Funny guy.
I get it.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, I get it. We share a name. That's it, buddy.
It's all right. I ain't say that.
He was kind of like an interesting dude on Hard Knocks. They kind of highlighted him in one segment where he was like teaching people about compound interest.
Oh,
and stuff.
yeah. That was
He's a smart dude, but you could tell like he was not a normal guy.
Right.
And it's like he's just kind of out there.
Is it one of the things?
By that?
He's not normal. He's not gonna be like just shooting the shit with the guys. He's probably off with the weird offensive linemen and stuff.
Right, yeah.
Doing calculus or something.
He's probably chilling with the punters.
Most offensive linemen are kind of weird though.
Yeah,
it's like a trend. Like
they're weird, smart guys.
If you play football for like the offensive line, be some wild motherfuckers.
No, they're not weird. I think they're wild motherfuckers. It's the best group on a football team.
It's a different type of camaraderie with the line.
Yeah, bro. Because it's like even if we don't like somebody on the offensive line,
Yeah.
you can't not like them.
Yeah.
You gonna love this
Both
motherfucker.
sides
We
of the
gonna
field,
fuck
you
you
need
up. That's
them.
like that's the mentality that you have. It's like, all right, we a band. Like,
Yeah.
bro, anything happen, we like. You gonna have to deal with all of us type shit. So I mean, it's a different mentality when you play offensive line. But a lot of them are like smart dicks, I guess, because they like super. Like, a lot
So
of them
then
are
he
like.
definitely hangs out with the offensive line.
Some of them are like they're like guys who are. You can tell they had like a high GPA in school or something, but. They always want like a physical confrontation.
Got him.
Oh shit!
What happened? I
That was
missed
kind
that.
of good.
You had a joke or something in there?
Nah, never. I wouldn't do that. We're
You
in
had
the
a
middle
joke,
of
bro?
a gay topic. I wouldn't make a joke.
I was offensive lineman. That's all I was saying. You know, I played a little old line back in the day.
That's why it's
it
the
all
best.
makes sense
I played a little
now.
old
God.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Nothing. Just
Love.
you, man.
Don't make me have to call my offensive lineman buddies
shut up.
and move y'all the
Offensive
fuck
line
up out of
buddies.
here, bro. Get y'all picked up out of here.
Hey, I fuck with the line.
All right, yeah, I thought so.
I can't do it, but I skinny ass. When they tried to make me tight end at one point, I was like fucking $160. It's like, well, why would y'all do this?
You could have been all right, bro.
You're tight end now.
It was because I wasn't as fast as most receivers,
Oh,
but I had hands though.
that's disrespectful.
But I had hands though.
See, I used to
So
always
it's like
tell
we
them,
gotta find a way to get him the ball because he gonna catch that motherfucker.
Did you ever catch a pass as a tight end?
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's being disrespectful.
Come on.
I was just wondering.
Come on,
I was
bro.
just wondering.
Come on, you think they put me in and not throw me the ball, bro? At 160? A 160
some
tight
guys
end?
is blocking,
He's a blocker.
blocking tight ends.
Yeah, I'm gonna block a lot of motherfuckers at a
I
160.
don't know. You know.
Well, that was our football topic for the week. Good shit.
Hold on. Stop.
Yeah, nobody. If you're
Since
gonna
we were
tell us
talking
about
about-
the Steelers,
Hold
nobody
up.
cares.
Since we're talking about offensive linemen,
we don't care.
want to say a
You
farewell
trying
to
make a
David
segue out of it,
DeCastro.
too.
Dude, we don't care.
Yo, we talking about the Steelers and the Patriots
Bruh,
enough, both of
bruh.
us.
Don't
Look.
give a heartfelt farewell. You cut him.
We released him, yeah,
You
but
cut him. It is
for
Y'all
good
let a lot of
reason.
motherfuckers
For good
go this
reason, he was
offseason.
injured. I don't think he's going to play any more football. It's just a sad day. Steeler Nation. You know, we watched Marquise Pouncey go and
3 minutes, maybe.
David DeCastro go, and you know, all of these great players that's played for 9 years for the Steelers organization. So just wanted to give my man a proper farewell. That's all. That's all.
right.
I see you.
Farewell. Game 7 was Saturday.
Yeah. That's some good sports news.
Game 7 of the Net series.
Yeah.
I don't remember what our predictions were. Do y'all?
I think
I
I was
had the
betting on the
Nets, I
Nets.
believe.
I was betting on the Nets. For sure.
I can't remember who I chose. I think I chose.
Game 7 was in Brooklyn.
Pretty sure I chose the Bucks.
I think you did too, to be honest with you.
I
think
can't
you
remember
did.
though.
I found it hard to believe that the Bucks were going to be able to pull it out. They just seemed so willing to blow every opportunity in that series that I expected the Nets to come out and just kind of dog them out in Game 7, to be honest with you. But it was a great game. I don't remember all the details, to be honest with you, except for KD going nuts at the end of the game and hitting the game-tying shot. Do you think
Send
he
it to
intended to
overtime.
take a 3 on that?
Of course he did.
Yeah, I mean,
course he did.
I think he wanted to take a three.
Pissed his foot was on the line.
I don't. If he was going to
pissed as
shoot
fuck.
the 3, I was surprised he didn't just pull up from like
Right.
4 or 5 feet behind.
Yeah, it was a fucking difficult ass shot to do.
Oh, he did the spin move.
That's what made it crazy. It's like, damn, you chose that shot to
No,
shoot?
it's the same. It's pretty much the same shot he did at the end of the game.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying is I didn't know if the way he went.
Yeah.
Drove a little bit and spun back. It seemed like he was just trying to get a bucket.
Right,
But
right.
to be
That's what I
that
thought.
close to getting a 3 and
Yeah.
just barely step on the line, I'm thinking, do you think he meant to shoot a 3? You think so?
Yeah, he definitely meant to shoot a three. He
I
was
don't
hot.
think he was.
hot
I
about
think
that.
he was thinking
He was
about
trying
just
to finish that
scoring.
shit.
I don't
That's why
know if he was.
You see, he was so tired in the overtime. He was fucking like,
Yeah, so that
he had
makes
put a
sense.
lot out.
Literally-
in this shit right now.
It was
That does
literally
make
an inch on the. I mean, less than
His
that.
toe.
Really, I mean,
Big
His
ass
toe.
foot, man.
right.
Yeah.
Just on the line, just barely. And
Hell of a shot.
I mean, definitely a hell of a shot. That's what sent it into overtime, right? I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
That was what sent it to overtime. In overtime, I think the Bucks kind of pulled away for a minute.
wasn't it an awful overtime though?
Yeah,
like, it was
yeah.
like
It
was a lot of
6 or
misses.
7 points
Yeah.
scored.
The first 3 minutes, I don't think
bad.
anybody
Nobody scored
scored.
at all. Yeah, for like the first half.
But then KD got a shot down 1.
Yeah,
something like that.
that one.
Got a jumper, basically the same one that he took to end the game, and they just defended it pretty well. Air
Came
ball,
up
I
short.
believe, right?
Yeah.
It was a terrible air ball. It's just one of them things where it's like, all right, I know it was a valiant effort to get us to this point, but you got to get a better look than that. I mean, it was just a really, like, the setup was bad for the shot.
It was the same shot.
Yeah, I don't remember.
He just said
That
the
wasn't a
overtime
good
with-
shot. It was a good shot because he made it, but
You sound like PG
he
right
wasn't
now.
in the.
Wait
You
a
sound
second.
like
He
PG
wasn't
right
in a
now.
great spot.
You sound like PG
It was a good
right
shot.
now.
Because if you make it, it's a good shot.
No,
it just is what it is. If you
that
make it, it's a
dumb
good shot.
shit that we won't
But
get into again.
that's
fucking
my same
retarded.
stance that I
That
said
doesn't make any sense,
before.
bro.
You can't
Especially
say
after he
it's a-
just made it to send it to overtime.
But he missed this one. That's what I'm talking
So
about. So it's a
what?
bad. You
That
gotta
don't
get
make
a
it a
better
bad
look
shot.
at that.
That you came up short.
And it's not that he missed it. If that shit would have went like back iron or something, I would have been like, all right, that's a good look.
Nah, don't change it
He
up now.
fucking airballed the shit, and it came up short by like 2 or 3 feet, bro. Like it wasn't even close to the actual basket. Do you see the shock in his face? It wasn't because he was like fucking excited because he shot the last shot in the game. He knew that shit was he was like, the shock was, oh shit, like this is an air ball. This is a terrible look for Kevin Durant.
All right, he blew it.
Yeah, I mean,
That's all right.
I don't hold
He did all he
that
could
much
do.
against him because he really played pretty much every minute of the game and
like the last
did
3
all.
games.
Yeah, he did all that he can do.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, you got to get you a better. You could tell he was tired. Like that was a tired man's
I agree with that.
shot. That's why you got to get you a better shot than that, or just get a ball to somebody else who possibly couldn't get a better shot, who has more juice. And I know it's
Don't
something
give
that
the
you
ball
don't
to
want to do.
nobody else.
I know that's not something that you would want to do, but still, at the same time, maybe it was necessary for your team to go to the next level.
It's the same tale of this whole playoffs, man. Fucking injuries, man. Hate to say it. It's really been plucking off everybody. Pretty much.
I mean, who was there? Everybody though. I'm talking about.
Everybody that got eliminated. Besides the
Lakers, the Nuggets,
Celtics.
the Celtics.
The Celtics was going home anyway, though.
Nah,
We ain't
don't
gonna
be
sit there and blame that shit on
disrespectful. Let's not be
injury. You know what I'm saying? Some of
not
these
be
shits,
disrespectful,
we're not
bro.
gonna sit here and
Let's
blame
not
on
be disrespectful, bro.
injury. When they were going home, like some of these teams, we knew, like, I know it didn't matter if they were healthy or not. Y'all
You
going
being
home.
disrespectful. You probably say the same thing about the Hawks for the playoffs. They going home and look, they still here. So you can't say that.
I didn't say that.
I've said that.
I'm saying you probably would have said that before the playoffs. The Hawks was going home,
I've said
and they in
that
the Eastern Conference Finals.
Every round of their playoffs.
So don't say that. That's disrespectful, bro.
I'm just saying, we ain't gonna sit here and blame it like injuries is the thing that costs
It
most of
is,
these
though.
teams. I would only give that to the Lakers and the Celtics.
I know one thing. We
the Lakers and the
we
Nets. I'm
took
sorry,
it to
not
7
the
if we
Celtics.
just had to
Nuggets
deal
should
with
get it,
KD and the rest of the injured Nets. We would have gave them a good 7
I
games.
wouldn't count the
that
Nuggets.
wouldn't matter.
Him and Tatum would have battled it out if it was just a one-on-one situation.
If they still go home in 7,
Right.
then
I-
it is what
I
it is.
wouldn't
I don't know that. I don't know that.
I don't count the Nuggets in that because Murray got injured well before the playoffs even started. So
Sure, but
I'm not
what?
going to
This
count.
season, bro?
they
What
were
you talking
a
about? It still
team
affects the
that
season?
they were a
No.
team that could have
I'm not-
won the West
I'm
if
not
he
going
was
to count.
available.
I'm not going
They
to
have
count
the
that.
MVP.
They had plenty of time to
It's
regroup.
debatable if they had Jamal Murray, they would be in the Western Conference Finals right now.
Yeah, I
With
mean,
having the MVP of the league. We talking
that probably would be my favorite right now. But they had plenty of time to get their shit together within the season they did, bro.
You can't replace it.
You can't replace your second best player on the team,
I'm with
bro.
you, and I don't care about the injuries. Everybody has injuries, and it's going to happen
Shit
every
happens.
year. Where a team would have gone way further if they didn't have an injury. It is what it is. There's a lot of them this year, but
It's the most ever this year. It's a difference.
it's
than just
clear
one or two
that-
teams.
Is that an
getting the
actual
love.
stat?
Yes, it's a fact. It's the most injured All-Stars we've had all time in one season. It is what it is.
People try to
it
blame it
still
on a
is
bunch of
what it
stupid
is.
shit,
I mean,
but
there's
it's like
still a gang of all-stars that are out there. It's unfortunate. I think the Nets easily
Sure.
would have won the series, but it is what it
Makes
is.
a difference.
They lost. They're gone.
yeah, they should. They tricked it up. I mean, they did, but
Who tricked it up?
the Nets a little bit.
I don't believe that at all.
Yeah, I
They
don't
took them
think
to the
so.
7 games.
I think they
with
did
no
the best
Kyrie
they could.
and no Harden, basically. A fucking one-legged Harden.
Yeah, I
mean?
mean,
This is. I mean, I don't want to get into all that and harp on that again, but it's a problem that you don't face as much if you have a deeper bench.
Right.
I'm not blaming them with what they did with the team that they had and the healthy big three. They clearly would have been favored to win the championship.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying the move was bad, But when you make a move to bring in massive superstars and you give away a lot of the bench, if those guys get hurt, it's going to be the downfall. So,
I said they just cleared out Spencer Dinwiddie. Sure could have used him.
Yeah, he's
This
gone
playoffs,
too.
boy.
So he's going to be a free agent.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah,
Ice trade again.
Dinwiddie would have been a massive help, but
Don't y'all think
he's going to be going next year.
Don't y'all think it's fun watching like the Goliath fall though?
Absolutely.
I got a little bit like, as much as I like KD and stuff like that, I got some joy out of the Nets losing that series.
I think the only people it affects, like as far as fans are concerned, are casual fans that don't really care about basketball like that. Like they might.
What you mean by that?
Like I think the casual fan would prefer to turn on the conference finals and the finals and see LeBron and Steph and KD.
Oh,
and
yeah,
see
yeah,
the guys
yeah,
that they're
yeah.
famous
You're right about
or
that.
that they're familiar with.
Yeah.
But for us and like real basketball fans, it's so much fun to see all the
Right.
big dogs out.
Right.
Right now, I don't care who wins. I
wide
really
open.
don't.
It's wide
Yeah.
open.
Any of the
Technically.
4 teams will be fine with me. I don't care for the Clippers that much, so I hope they don't win. But of the 4, there's not like a team that I hate, which is usually the case at this point.
And I mean, this is probably the best postseason I've watched in maybe 10 years.
This
or
might
so.
be the second one. The year before last, when LeBron was out, that shit was good too.
Oh yeah, that in the bubble.
That was before the bubble, actually.
That was before the bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That postseason
who
was
won that?
crazy.
That was the
That was
Toronto.
Kawhi's joint.
Yeah, that was
postseason
Toronto.
was crazy.
That was
That
great
was
too.
crazy,
But
yeah.
the thing
Lot
is
of
with
games,
that
lot of
though,
7-game
you
series.
knew you didn't really know Toronto was going that far. But because I think the Sixers were the bigger.
They took
threat
them out
these.
in 7 games.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
with
right.
that
Off that
crazy
shot.
shot,
So
watch
that
out.
was exciting. But you already knew what was going to happen in the West, though. That's what I'm saying as far as the
Dame
excitement.
hit that shot on PG.
Yeah, but
that
I mean,
postseason
that's
was crazy.
That's
Yeah,
part of
yeah,
the excitement of the
That postseason
postseason.
was
I'm
crazy.
saying we don't know what's going to happen with these
Right.
people because it's a lot of people who haven't even advanced this far
Yeah.
in their
It
careers.
does make it better, especially when it's all teams that haven't won.
Right.
So it's like, oh,
right.
it's wide open right now. Anybody can
The
get
last
this shit.
10 years, it's been like a given, at least on one side. Like, oh,
Yeah.
we know this person's coming out, or this team's coming out
Yeah.
the East. We know
Warriors
this
and
team's
LeBron.
coming out the
Where
West.
LeBron at?
We're just waiting on them to clash. At this point, we're just like, man,
Let's get
I don't
to-
know what's
let's
going to
get to
happen
the battle.
tonight. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen tonight. So
Yeah.
I think that's why it's more thrilling
The bet
of a
line
postseason.
shit like even could go either way.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
yeah.
Well, the other game 7 we had was Sunday night, Hawks and Sixers.
Nice
And
traded game.
that was another one that I expected the Sixers to take care of them, and that was the Kevin Huerter game.
Yeah.
Man went off. Went
Yeah.
off for a 27 piece.
Yeah.
And Philly collapsed. Ben Simmons has taken
Crumbled.
Hit
all
5
of
points.
the fall.
5 points. Yeah.
That one play though, the one play that everybody has talked about
Where he
all
passed the
week.
ball under the rim.
He had a
Because of
dunk.
Trey. Because of Ice Trey was right there. Y'all seen him? We got
Dunk
scared.
with Trey Young around and he passed it. I don't think it was a bad pass, like in general. When you just like look at the game of basketball, it's like, oh, nice, share the rock or whatever.
It was you can
in the
make
playoffs as the 6'10" guy under the
6'10",
rim with a little
6'11".
baby
the smallest
guard
guy on
you.
the floor. in
You
front of
gotta dunk that shit.
It was no need to. That was the unnecessary pass. I don't know if you've ever seen that video. It's a guy who made this like skit or whatever
Come on,
about
AC World,
the baller
Supreme
with.
Dreams.
I don't know. I forgot, but he's just like doing a spoof on ballers who make unnecessary passes and then blame it on the person for not making a shot or whatever. And that's what Ben Simmons did. It's like, bro, you had the rim is here. Once you have the rim, like. At any point in time, you should never pass the basketball.
The best part of it is when after he threw it and was it Thabo or was it?
Yeah.
I think it was Thabo.
I think it was Thabo.
And he got fouled. He threw his arms up and shit like why didn't you make the dunk type shit like.
So did Embiid.
It was like, dude,
why did you
he was
pass
like,
that
what
shit?
are you doing? Everybody was throwing their arms. I was like, what did you talk about?
I think it was just the bigger. He doesn't want to go to the line so bad that
Yeah,
he
that's
would
what it is.
literally get rid of the ball just to not shoot a free throw because I mean he's assuming that he's going to get fouled. But it's like, bro, you got to at least
Which is-
make it an and one or something.
That's
Nobody
that's-
gives a fuck if you don't hit the and one. We get hyped just because you got one. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Which is the thing that it's been like back and forth with him and Giannis with these free throws over the postseason, and Giannis is hitting them now,
He is.
and he's not showing fear of going to the line at all the whole game, even though he knows he's a bad free throw line shooter. That's the difference. And like we know you bad at him, but we'll take the chance of you getting fouled and getting an and one or something. over you avoiding the line altogether. Like,
but
that's what should happen.
It's a difference between being bad at shooting free throws and being like the
30%.
worst in NBA history.
But even then, it's still a chance to get the
30%
rebounds.
or
Like it's a lot of things that can come out of it, even in the miss, that you should still be go to.
Could
the
you
line.
imagine being a professional at something and being that bad at that one thing though? It's like
It doesn't make
how
sense.
could you be how can you shoot 30% from the free throw line?
It makes no sense. I could do that today.
You're making 3 out of 10.
I could do that today without having played basketball in a year.
Literally, you can at least make 50%.
I don't know. I might struggle, but
Yeah.
I could do 30.
Oh, I know for sure. I would bet. That's something. I'm not a gambler, but I would bet on myself.
Yeah, that's
I would bet
crazy.
on you.
I
Doing
appreciate
making 30% from the free throw line
I
for sure.
appreciate
No,
that.
Moss, I don't know, but I'll just play. But seriously though, it's like how can you be a professional at something like Shaq wasn't that bad.
Nah, he
wasn't.
He was pretty. He was terrible.
He was bad.
He was awful, but he wasn't that bad.
I think that's the thing that could be fixed still, is his free throw shooting. I think you got to just give up on the 3-point thing and really like give up on him being a jump shooter.
Yeah.
Not even like consistently shooting jump shots. So I'm fine with him not taking jumpers still. I've never been off of that. But I think if he's going to get better, if you're going to quote unquote fix Ben Simmons, it has to be at the free throw line so that he's not afraid to go to the line.
It's just a mental thing, man.
Agree.
I think it's just a mental thing.
Well, I
see
think
they
he's
trying
got
to
a
make
physical
him.
problem too.
I see they were trying to make him switch hands and shoot now.
Jalen's said that for years.
is kinda
He
rough.
shoots with his left, right?
Yeah, he's a
I
lefty.
don't know.
He's a lefty. Yeah.
I thought he was trained to shoot with his left. I don't think he's a natural lefty.
I'm not sure.
I want to say he's kind of like a LeBron. You know, LeBron can use both hands.
And
I think he writes with his left hand, but he shoots with his right. He's that type of guy.
Gotcha.
But I don't know. It's weird. I don't know if that will necessarily work.
It can't be worse.
it can't be worse.
It can't be worse.
How could you? You
got a
can't be
point.
worse. You know, it's because right now we don't have a Ben Simmons. This is Ben Wallace playing. This isn't like what are you
That's a
doing?
good point.
Like, come on. I think like he should switch. He should do something drastically different with whatever he's doing with his shooting. Because at this point, you're 5 years into his NBA career, or whatever.
Something like that, yeah.
You got to make a change because you haven't improved at all in this area. We've normally seen guys that come out in the draft like, oh, all he needs to do is work on this 1-2 things, and you're like, all right, you can see improvement, especially when they're an all-star caliber type player. You'll see, like even like Alonzo Ball. You've seen improvement from his game year to
It's in
year.
his head, man.
It's
really
mental.
all in your head.
But at that point, how do you fix it?
Free throws,
Exactly.
free throws is always mental.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
that's not a difficult shot for anybody.
Yeah.
Like you're 15 feet from the rim, nobody's blocking. You get as much time as you want. That's all mental.
He should just do it one-handed. I think
that's a decent idea.
he should do
to
it
be honest.
one-handed.
It
And
makes
just
you think about it too
don't
much, though.
think about it. Don't even take the extra seconds. Soon as you fucking get the ball, maybe do one dribble and put it up. You're not thinking, you know?
Did y'all notice? I feel like the change in Giannis's free throws. I swear by this because I've watched all these games. The game when they started chanting the count,
It helped him.
it helped him.
Yeah.
It fixed him.
It did.
As soon as the crowd
It made
started
him take a
chanting
time,
1,
and it was like,
2,
switch.
3, and they were counting him out to show that he was taking 12 seconds. As soon as they started doing that, he started making shots.
Yep.
And they're not still doing it the last few games or whatever,
Right.
and it doesn't happen at home. But ever since that happened for 2 games in Brooklyn, it fixed him.
Yeah.
And he's like,
He's been
he's
hitting
not a
them.
great free throw shooter,
but he's hitting them a
he'll
lot more
hit
now.
60%, 65%.
And that's
throughout the
great
last
when you
5
get
games.
to the line as much as he does. It's like
13 attempts. or
right.
something.
It doesn't matter at that point.
Give
Like
me
I'm giving
8 for 13.
right. I'm giving you 7 free points every game,
Yeah.
so it doesn't matter. And it's something that's like Ben Simmons, bro. You should be capable of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
You should be able to get to the line 5 times each
Gotta
game
get that
and
figure
make
out your
5
system,
shots.
man.
They got mental coaches and stuff and sports psychologists and that kind of thing. I think it can happen, but I think that's the fix. I think like shooting in general is not something that he'll ever do. But if you can fix the free throws,
Gotta
that
get
would
that fear
that
out.
would take him to another level than what he's on right now.
Yeah, I mean, he had everybody fucking fooled with those off-season videos of him playing against YMCA
I seen that
competition.
jump pop up again.
And that's what
He
it's
was hitting
about.
all them bitches too.
Yeah, he was hitting them. And it's because he doesn't have the pressure of
Right.
actual NBA
Yeah,
players
no crowd,
or
no
the
fans,
crowd
and nothing.
just all of that stuff around him. It's like, okay, I can make open shots in the gym. You know, especially this could be a highlight reel. I don't really know. This is not like a continuous film of what happened. This is just the shots that you made. We don't know what happened in between these things.
They had one of like him
so
going around the 3-point line and hitting them
all
the way around. That one was like a continuous shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's obviously they got a problem there. I don't know what they do. They're kind of having like that team that gets bounced when they're not supposed to, and then everybody collapses afterwards, where you got like mad questions for Doc and him saying like, I don't know if Ben Simmons, if we can win with Ben Simmons. Joel's taking shots.
Philly in a bad spot for sure.
It really
I think they need a complete rebuild. I think they need to get rid of old J. Cole looking old boy. Get rid of that guy.
I got him for like 2 or 3 more years, regardless.
I think that'd probably be the worst thing they can do is blow it up.
He wasn't no good.
I think
After being the number one seed, though, after being the number one seed in the East, claiming the number one seed in the East, you can't blow it up.
I mean, I think you at least got to get rid of Ben Simmons. Need a new home.
I think they need. I think Ben Simmons will be a Sixer next year to start the year, and I think they need to try to trade him a little bit into the season. Right now, he's got the least value that he's ever had.
Right, that should wait out a little bit.
If you play the first 30 games next year and get people excited about the potential that he has again, and then move him, I think that's their best option. But I wouldn't blow it up. I think they've got a solid group of guys still.
I don't know. That's the thing is, like, we're really shitting on Ben Simmons, but he's a good player. Overall, like,
that's the
he's
thing.
a good player. That's the fucked up thing about it. He's an all-star. He's a all-defensive team player.
He's
like
a great passer.
He's got accolades.
Good rebound.
Right. He's
the only thing he doesn't do well is shoot. That's I have a hard time with the
Russell
Simmons
Westbrook effect
and Giannis.
It's even worse though, because it's like,
the only difference is Westbrook has no fear to still shoot the ball.
Right,
no fear, bro. I don't care. I'm still gonna shoot
when he's not supposed to. Ben doesn't take him at all.
So it's like pick your boys and the with the bad right there.
Yeah,
he'll go to the line. You don't mind going there. He's a good free throw shooter too, but it's different.
But respect to the Hawks. I mean, like I said, I've counted them out of every series, and they keep winning. We covered them playing the Sixers a lot last week. Yeah. I think we can fast forward to the series right now with the Bucks and Hawks. Yeah. And Young comes out game one. 48 points?
Yeah.
48 points game one in your first finals, second year in the league. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only like a handful.
Third year, actually. I think it's third year.
I think Jordan did it.
Yeah.
Kobe did it. Like, it was just some straight legends who done something like that.
That was an
He really blew the fucking playoffs open this year.
That was an incredible performance. I find him annoying for whatever reason.
I like the cockiness.
But good Lord,
I like the cockiness.
Hey,
I like the cockiness because even when they lose it, he don't lose the cockiness. He don't start not being himself because they down or something. He's still doing him. He's still shooting the shots he gonna shoot. It's like I'm gonna live and die by playing how I play.
The shoulder shimmy, I love that shit.
I fuck with that.
That was awesome.
Yeah, but after he did that, the Bucks turned up on their ass.
As they should have. The Giannis got them together like, yo, we ain't gonna let them sit there and do that type of shit.
I think that was the last game.
Yeah,
he did the first time. He did it again the second game. The last game. It's like the first quarter.
Yeah,
he hit a three and like I forgot whose face it was. Hit it right in their face. He shimmy. I think he was from their own bench though.
Yeah.
He ain't doing it for the day bench. But after he did that, they turned up, went up 10, 15 points quick.
Fucked up. That game was over fast. That was off
quick.
But what's the comp for Trae Young?
What you mean by that?
What's the comparison? I got mine.
Comparison. I don't like doing this.
I did this.
I feel like he's kind of like his own guy though. I don't think we've seen a guy like this.
I mean, you're going to have to add layers to it. Like, he's this, but
because
it's always gonna be differences.
He's changed in the last 3 years, kinda. He's like evolved a little bit.
Kinda. I mean, he's the player I expected him to be. I think, a little bit better actually, but yeah.
I don't know. I'm struggling to try to come up with this off the top of my head, but I'm gonna say I think his offensive game is. I don't know, bro. I was gonna say like a Chris Paul with range.
Yeah. See, all right. My comp to him is Tony Parker with range.
That's kind of good.
That's the one.
Because I think he's got the floater in the lane, and he just runs around the defense like Tony Parker did.
That's the one.
Yeah. I'm looking. I'm like, yo, this dude is Tony Parker if he can shoot.
You can
like small guy that dominates the floor.
You could almost say Nash.
Like he weighs down the floor when he got the ball.
Nash, but I don't think he has like it's weird how he navigates. Because I don't look at Trae Young and say, "Oh, this dude got like a tight handle on the ball." Like he does cross some people up from time to time.
Though. He handles crazy.
He I think it was Middleton last night where he just jerked him like across the court. He missed a three, but
it was
somebody.
PJ,
it was Tucker. Yeah,
he had him turn his back the opposite direction, and then he did a step back in the opposite way that he spun. Yeah, so like he did like a full 360, and then was 8 feet away from him.
It wasn't even close. It would have been on the highlight reel if we would have seen him if he'd have made the shot.
Yeah.
But
that's why I love his mentality, especially when you see he got food. He know he about to fuck you up, but he put some food in front of him like that.
Right, and he goes and get it. And he goes and get it. But I was when I was watching him, I'm like, man, this dude, he doesn't have the cast around him, but I'm like, man, this guy's Tony Parker, like just the way he runs around the court, man, and like just what, like I said, the only difference is that he's really looking to score the ball.
The Hawks' chemistry is amazing.
They have a good team build.
Yeah,
like I think their pieces fit well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they're getting a little bit. Excuse me.
He's nice,
bro. When he threw Collins that oop off the backboard, with 3 people in the middle of him,
that was ridiculous.
I'm like, that was the most disrespectful shit I've seen in a long time.
That was the best play of the game.
Collins one of them players that just always shows up.
Yeah,
you know. And he's gonna show up.
He just what he does.
He's gonna get a lot better as the years go on too, because he's kind of like a 3-way player. Well, not 3. What was 3-way? All 3 layers. He can get you in the inside. He got a good mid range.
Yeah, right. And he can shoot the 3. Right.
So it's like, oh yeah, and he got bunnies.
Great rebounder.
So it's like he's gonna be great as the years go on. I can see that.
I think the Hawks are having a little bit of a Miami run from last year, where I think that we will see a fairly significant regression next year. I think they're just perfectly hot, and the chemistry is there right now.
I can see
that. But I don't want to take away like they shouldn't be there. They continue to beat everybody put in front of them.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to make this a tough series. I do think this is their exit against Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee got embarrassed that first game and came out with the disrespect game too. They thumped those boys.
It wasn't even close.
We got to see how it is when they go down to Atlanta. Then I'll be able to call it a little bit better.
For sure.
But yes.
I'm going with the Bucks in 6. I'm pretty confident in that. I think. I mean, it could be 5. I think it's going. This is a great little Cinderella story for the Hawks, but the clock strikes 12 when you fucking with Giannis.
See, the thing is, I felt this way about the Hawks last series a couple times,
right?
And then they still pulled the shit off. It's like because the Sixers should have beat them.
Yeah, Philly choked.
They fucked that up. The Bucks should beat them, but. You never know with fucking Ice Tray.
Agree.
He give you a 40-point triple-double and was like, fuck.
Yeah, right. I mean, that changes the dynamic of everything.
Turns everything up.
I agree with everything that you said. No disagreement there. I would say when you look at game 1, the fact that they won by 3 points at the end of the game when he gave them 48 and just couldn't miss is not a great sign for the series if you're Atlanta. And then to have game 2 go the way that it did, and they played solid defense on him. I was trying to get it pulled up, but he shot really bad game 2.
He had 9 turnovers too.
Yeah, 6 for 16 with 9 turnovers. They clamped it down.
Yeah.
But you're right. After we see game 3, we'll be able to get a lot better feel of how the series is going to go. The West Side. Were we already past? Last week, did we cover the last round?
I don't know.
Well, not the Clippers, I don't think.
Clippers and the Jazz?
Well, I don't think it was finished up by then.
But they finished that off.
Their game 6 was that night, and the Clippers smacked them up.
Right,
yeah.
I really don't remember anything. Do you have anything to say about that game, or go straight to this series?
We go straight to this. I mean, we got to give it up to PG. We got to give it up to PG.
He's been balling.
PG is one of the few that the bubble affected oppositely. I think he plays so bad in the bubble that I think he plays better with a crowd. He plays better back outside again on some shit like I think it might relieve some of the pressure from him a little bit.
Really, I think it's just that Kawhi's off the floor, so it's just a
Kawhi, so it's like he's playing better as the number 1 guy.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
That's the point that I was going to say.
It's a role he's used to.
It seems like there's something to that. because when he was in Indiana, nobody gave him shit about nothing. Like, he wasn't the guy that we make fun of.
He went to the Western Conference back to back.
He was a baller at that time. Yeah. And then when he went to OKC,
Eastern Conference,
he broke his leg and shit. But then,
right. But when he went to OKC, and since then, he's been on a couple of teams now with other stars.
Where he's the second guy.
Yeah, maybe maybe the problem isn't that he's too beta for the situation. Maybe it's he's too alpha to have a second guy that's better than him.
He couldn't find his spot. Can't pick his spots when he's the second tier guy. It's hard to do that. Maybe that is what it is.
Do we know if Kawhi is coming back at all? I know they say he's day to day.
It seems like they're trying to keep it skeptical every game. But
they said it's a sprain and it's day to day.
He ain't even sitting with the team.
Yeah,
right.
So it's like it don't look like
Kawhi's a weird dude like that.
They've been saying indefinite, and I think they're just doing some gamesmanship to try to keep it in the back of the Suns' mind that maybe he'll be able to play.
It was a smart way to play it.
Yeah, I mean, why tell him he's going to be
out the entire series?
There's no reason to, but I don't think we see him the rest of the season, even if they win this round somehow.
Yeah,
I think he's done.
Shout out Reggie Jackson.
Yeah, Reggie. I've always liked
OKC Reggie out there.
Well, I'm gonna say he got that big game potential type
that's a confident motherfucker.
Right, it reminds me of Drew Holiday a little bit.
In the big games, Drew Holiday made some good plays last night too. But I mean, he's pretty much showed up his entire career in playoffs in big game moments. He really has. I think OKC he had a couple games where he outperformed like KD and shit in the postseason. So maybe not necessarily outperformed, but he's scored like 30 points or something.
Reggie Jackson, I think he's about to be a free agent this offseason. He's going to make somebody overpay the fuck out of him in this offseason.
For sure.
How he playing right now. Somebody going to overpay the hell out of him next year.
I think the knock on him has been that he's one of the players that's like overconfident for their role.
Right.
It's like he might be
a six-man type of guy first.
Yeah, he might be somebody that comes in and puts up 5 shots in a row, and it's like, nah, we really want you to be second fiddle right now. But when he's balling, it works. And the Clippers came out and did their thing after losing games 1 and 2. But weren't both of those crazy finishes? I know that we had the 1-8 finish.
The Aiden was one.
Because we're giving PG props. But he did brick both free throws.
The second one, Pat Beverly took Devin Booker out the game.
Game 2, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So game 1 was the Ayton.
Right, yeah.
That was after his 40-point triple-double.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we definitely got to get on PG for that because it's like, bro, you can't miss both of them. Like, literally, that's the only reason why they had a chance at the game.
That was tough.
You miss like both shots.
You can't do it.
Yeah,
you at least got to make one of them. And
you can't do it.
I mean, you can't tell me that's not nerves or anything.
And it's tough because in that game, he got them back in the game.
Right.
Like the last 3 minutes of the game, he hit like 6 or 8 points or something to get them into position to win the game. So that's why it makes it so tough.
Said he hadn't missed both free throws in since 2017. It was like some wild stat.
He's a great free throw shooter.
Right.
Yeah.
Shit. But that alley-oop finish was retarded.
It was.
What did they have? It was
seconds.
like 0.8
seconds.
What a foul, though! Wow.
Yeah, and they didn't call nothing.
He pushed my man clearly out of the lane.
Who you talking about?
Aiden.
Oh yeah, he grabbed his jersey. He grabbed his jersey
to even get wide open. He pushed my man, and that's why dude lost. Like, I guess you would call it coverage with defense on him, is because. Yeah, because he pushed him out of the way to even get the ball.
He grabbed his jersey actually, but in most cases they're not gonna call that at the end of the last play of the game type shit.
It's worth a shot because with 0.8 you're not figuring you have a good chance to win this game anyway.
Right.
So if they call the foul and you don't even get a shot, it's like, damn, that sucks. But it is what it is.
Exactly.
The alley-oop though, what a beautiful finish. That clip that you shared, I saw it earlier in the week too. Was it Wilbon and Stephen A. watching that?
Oh yeah. They was looking like, what the
and
fuck?
The camera pans to them and they're just like dumbfounded, just staring.
Yeah.
That shit was hilarious.
Speaking of Stephen A., this is a great segment.
Teach us about the Stephen A. curse.
Stephen A. curse is in full effect. I'm gonna tell y'all where it started. It started after Donovan Mitchell went crazy against the Clippers in the game, and he went on TV and said that Donovan Mitchell is the greatest Utah Jazz player of all time.
I remember when you said that.
And then Donovan,
and then
we know what happened. They got put out the playoffs. He had a couple bad games after that. They got put out the playoffs. And then it happened with Devin Booker after his 40-point triple-double in Game 1 of the conference finals. He said he's the next Kobe Bryant. Next game, Pat Beverly locks him down and they lose.
He had a terrible shooting
terrible game. I think he only had like 15 points or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then after Trae Young and the Hawks still the first Game 1, he said Trae Young is the best superstar left in the playoffs. It's like, yo. And then they got their ass busted Game 2. Stevie, they gotta chill the hell out, bro.
That makes a lot more sense then, because those dumbass shows on TV are all on their
this is what they do,
overreaction bullshit. I hate the
game.
overreaction so bad.
Every game is like this. Like, yo, y'all, you gotta chill, Stephen A.
All of those comparisons are retarded.
The wildest shit to say.
Donovan Mitchell is the wildest
Jazz,
thing
when there's two that are clearly ahead of him.
Facts.
He could pass him eventually. But nowhere
right
close
now.
right now. And I love Booker to death, but the Kobe thing was nuts.
Wow.
I guess there's the comparison.
Everybody that has some mentorship from Kobe ain't about to be Kobe, bro. We gotta stop doing that. It's like everybody he's had a conversation with is Kobe influenced now. Well, I guess everybody is kind of Kobe influenced, but it's like they put it on them like they about to be the next every time.
They do.
They do it with Tatum. I can kind of see it maybe prospering, but I'm not putting that label on Tatum yet.
It's only
Let that
one.
man grow.
There's
Let
only
that man
one.
grow.
There's only one.
All right.
It's Kawhi.
We're not doing that.
We know this.
You already shut that down with that injury shit you said last week.
Well, I mean, when they're on the floor, the way that they play the game, and I say the same thing about Jason Tatum too. I think he's I don't get that feel from Devin Booker though, like a Kobe Bryant type feel, especially like all around. Because I mean, people forget that Kobe was just a great basketball player. Like, he just wasn't an offensive weapon.
And not to mention,
gave it up on both ends of the floor.
Yeah.
So you got to be looking at those kind of aspects of somebody's game when you want to compare them to Kobe Bryant, not because they scored or had a 40-point performance. It's
or
like,
how they've carried their team. Before Chris Paul, they've been the worst team in the league.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's the
Kobe wouldn't have had that shit. Like, Kobe would. Everybody on that team, or what that was a previous Suns player, would have hated Devin Booker.
He might be about 6-7 years, right?
I think so, but he still is like 25.
Yeah, he's young as shit.
Yeah, he's super young
or some shit.
But I'm saying everybody on that team would have hated Devin Booker if he was really Kobe Bryant, because Kobe wouldn't have stood for sucking. Like, everybody would be like, man, this dude is a fucking dick. He's always on our ass about working out and being in the gym and sucking and all of this stuff. Like, you would expect, like, he doesn't carry that kind of mentality that Kobe Bryant would.
Great
because,
scorer,
like you said, he did pick up or put up with that losing for so long in his career. So
great scoring. He does seem to have some big game ability.
Kobe would never let Pat Beverly lock him up. Never in life.
I gotta see the next game. I hate Pat Bev, so I'm gonna put it on Booker and just say he had a bad game. I hate that dude.
Broke his nose.
Pat Beverly reminds me of like the old guy who comes to the basketball court.
1000%.
And like,
he's dirty as shit.
He's like, like the old dude that's like a mechanic. Who comes up to the basketball court? He hasn't been out there for a while.
I seen somebody on Twitter say that he looked like Currency, and I can't not
see
it.
That's kind of.
I can't unsee it now. Especially
I gotta see it
because Currency got them same type of ugly dreads now.
It's kind of accurate.
I gotta see it.
It's kind of accurate.
But we'll see what happens with that series. I think the Suns are still gonna end up getting them out of here relatively quickly, but we'll kind of find out tonight.
Yeah, we gotta see how CP3 bounce back.
If they even it up, then it'll be right back to a full series. But 3-1.
I think I'm going with the Clippers in 7 here.
I think Clips might win tonight. Back in LA.
I think I might have to do that. I'm not sure though. I don't know. It really depends on if Kawhi comes back or not at a certain point. So
I don't think that's
if you assume that he's not at all, would you still take them in 7?
I think the first 2 games were so close though, right?
They were both close. Yeah.
I mean,
if he did come back, I think it would make them worse right now.
Maybe.
Just because he hasn't been playing.
I think you might.
And PG been playing his #1 role, so now he got to fall back a little bit again. It's gonna throw it off.
We haven't looked at this like even without Kawhi. We haven't looked at it at any point in time and say, "Oh, this is a complete mismatch." So
We did
technically
before Game 3. It was.
Well, they should have won.
Even though they were close games, it was 2-0, and nobody was giving the Clippers really a shot in the series.
They went down 2-0 in both series.
But they technically should have won the first game.
I understand.
Let's say that. That's what I'm saying. It's like,
I mean, they missed the free throws. They gave it away.
Yeah, I could go with the Clippers here, and I think I'm gonna stick with the Clippers for right now. I'm gonna stick with the Clippers.
I feel you.
We'll see.
Well,
Stephen A. got to chill out though.
That's what he does, bro. That's what he does. It's part of his job to say crazy shit.
Speaking of analysts saying crazy shit,
yeah, I was gonna say the one other thing that I've got.
Fucking boy Jay Williams.
Just after last week when we had Jay Williams back. All of a sudden this week he has a little mishap where he tweets out.
Well, the Celtics got a new coach.
Do you know his name? You said it earlier. I don't.
Udoka.
Udoka.
I think it's Nigerian.
There you go, Udoka.
Yeah.
He gets the job, and Jay Williams says, "Congrats on being the first black head coach of the Boston Celtics."
First coach of color, I think is what it said. Yeah.
There you go. Whatever term you prefer.
Yeah.
He quickly deleted the tweet and put out another tweet that says, "In response to my last tweet, I was hacked."
Yeah, I think what did he say?
What the hell is
get my passwords changed or something? Like, bro, hold on.
We appreciate you for letting us know that you've got it.
Right. It's just secure.
Oh yeah. By the way, for those who don't know, Boston actually had the first black coach with Bill Russell years and years and years ago.
First of all time, I just found
that out. And our most recent
recently.
championship was with a black coach, Mr. Doc Rivers. But go on.
So when I saw his tweet, I thought it was just like a thing where. Honestly, my first gut reaction was like, oh, maybe they actually didn't hire this guy yet and they're just in talks. Maybe he like tweeted it too early, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
I was like trying to come up with how could this be a hacked situation. And then that wasn't the case. It was already reported. So then I thought he just made a mistake. I thought he just fucked up in the tweet or whatever. And I was like, why would you say you got hacked? And then I found out later. I thought about Doc Rivers and found out about all this other stuff.
Because as somebody who's, again, when you're a professional at something, you expect these people to be good at what they do. And it's like, you're a professional basketball analyst and you don't know anything about the history of one of the most historic franchises in basketball. You can't say anything.
You were an NBA player.
Right, and you played in the NBA. Like, you can't say these things. And then, again, we don't believe you about being hacked, sir. Nobody is hacking anybody's account to give a congratulations to somebody. Nobody's doing that. People hack your account to say.
Why can't people just say my
Jay
bad?
Williams.
I fucked up.
Right? No, that's it.
Why can't you just say that, bro? People
I was wrong.
My bad. I fucked up.
I didn't mean to say it that, or just say something different, bro.
You gotta explain it. Just say you fucked up.
Or you should have put out a series of tweets. Did the fucking Offset thing when he said he got hacked, and he just put out a series of tweets.
Tweeting a bunch of
I'm gay. I like men. Type shit like that. Then it makes it a little bit more believable. Right. Just say some wild shit out there, and then people will be like, "Oh, maybe he did get hacked." But no, nobody's hacking your account to drop incorrect facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's doing that.
What if he got hacked though, and the first tweet that the hacked person sent was that I got hacked?
That's possible, I guess. That's more likely.
Smart hackers.
That may be more likely.
Deep.
Did you see what Jalen Rose said? I think this was last night. I'm pretty sure. I saw it on Twitter
I didn't
today.
See that, I don't think. What you say?
So they're like doing their post-game show, and the two of them are a part of it. And Jay Will was taking credit or giving Jalen a hard time about something that he had predicted in last night's game. And he's like, taking little shots at Jalen. Jalen's like, I got hacked. It was hilarious, bro. Live TV just gonna make fun of him like that.
I like Jalen. Jalen gonna take that shot.
You gotta take that shot.
I love Jalen. I still like Jay Will, but that was inexcusable. Not sure why you wouldn't just say my bad on that. And you make me look terrible right after I just said you.
Yeah, I can't stand up for this guy anymore. He's a liar.
Yeah,
bro, you're a liar. You're not a stand-up individual.
Jay Williams ain't no different from these other analysts.
Yeah,
bro.
he's a liar.
He's trying to say something, be the first to say something, or have some good hot take.
He's fucked me up. He's got like that trustworthy type like tone in his voice and like
He does.
So you be like, yeah, J Will wouldn't tell. It's still a fucking liar.
I don't trust nobody.
I still don't believe KD, but
I don't trust nobody.
My credibility in J Will is.
I think I'm trusting KD a little bit more now. So.
Maybe.
Yeah, he has the edge over.
Equally untrustworthy to me.
Well, going off that, I guess we still here. People saying wild shit on the Twitters.
Has Scotty had problems with KD before?
No, he's not Scotty no more. He's this guy Scott now.
Just Scott?
It's just Scott.
Did KD do that to him?
Yeah, KD did that to him. This man Scott, bro.
Scott.
He just Scott, bro.
Scott.
That shit don't even sound right.
Scotty had problems with somebody within the last 2 years. Was it KD or was it somebody else?
Jordan.
He did have a problem with Jordan for
his doc.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
They had a little falling out about that.
Yeah, he felt a way about that shit.
So there's no previous beef with KD?
They might have had some kind of exchange before, but nothing deep. I don't think so.
Do you know what was said? I read there was a lot of quotes that were taken from whatever he was on when he made his comments.
And he started tweeting this.
I didn't think most of what he said was that crazy. I don't agree with it, but I don't think he said anything nuts. But he was making comparisons saying that when KD missed that last shot, that game-winning shot, he said LeBron wouldn't have done that because KD was trying to do too much and didn't trust his teammates and so forth. And honestly, I mean, is that hot of a take?
I mean, that's kind of what I just said though about KD earlier. Is that he should have probably gave it up if he was that tired. He would probably. I can see gave it up.
KD feeling a way about that because it's like, yo, LeBron wouldn't do. Well, don't play like me. Like.
Right.
He don't do what I do.
Comparable games.
Yeah, he don't do what I do. So to say because I'm not doing what LeBron, we're not the same type of player.
Right.
So I can get, what are you saying? And then he started taking his shots back at Scotty when he brought up how he didn't go into the game because the coach drew up a play for Kukoc instead of him.
He said
he said a better shooter. He drew a play up for a better shooter instead of you, even though you're supposed to be the best player on the team.
He said he didn't go in the game because you were in your feelings. He was going hard.
Yeah. He went in on him. I mean, he probably should have just I don't know, reached out to Future or something, started hanging out, posted some pictures with him and Future chilling and shit.
That'd be tough.
This is going to be real disrespectful.
KD's got to get his immediate reaction out, though.
Yeah, I mean,
I like this new Twitter KD, though. He getting his shit off.
I hate it. KD should quit being a bitch.
From a basketball analyst standpoint, nothing he said was incorrect. That's just how him and LeBron's game. We know that he's always been a fan of LeBron. They're similar players.
Scott been Bron dick eating for years now.
They're similar players. I mean,
big fan.
Honestly, when we look at them,
and that's probably the most wild thing to people to see because you played with Jordan.
That's why he's a big fan though, because he's mad at Jordan.
Yeah,
so he
throwing his shade on purpose.
He spite loves LeBron.
I get it now. It makes sense.
He knows. Scotty knows if he was drafted in LeBron's era, what kind of player he would have. He would have been LeBron type thing.
We gotta stop doing that too.
I mean, just saying. As far as skill set goes, he was really a rare type of player for his time.
We gotta stop because they do it with Ben Simmons and shit too. We gotta stop comparing every big motherfucking forward to being LeBron. LeBron is like an anomaly.
But right. But
that's true.
We've shown
because you 6'8", you can dribble the ball a little bit, play some little defense. Don't mean you LeBron.
But he had a lot of success on the team. He took his team to the conference finals.
He did.
And like I said, he has
LeBron
he has that
full
skill set. He has that full skill set. So I mean, that's what I'm just speaking from Scotty's perspective. That's what he's seeing. And that's why he loves LeBron so much because he sees himself out there. What he thinks he could have been,
bro. It's all spite, bro.
Maybe.
I do think he sees some of his game in LeBron. I don't think that Scotty thinks he's as good as LeBron. Don't get me wrong.
Not to that extreme.
I think that he does see LeBron's style of play as the same way that he tried to play the game.
Maybe so.
In that, pass, dominate, defense, rebound. I think he thinks that, but I'm still sticking with he spite loves LeBron because he hates Jordan.
It's kind of clear because, matter of fact, other than him doing that Polo G shit, the only time I hear from Scotty is when he's talking about LeBron. He's he don't even talk about Jordan no more.
Yeah, that's true.
Just come to think of it, Polo G been doing some weird interviews. We got the one with Mike Tyson, and then
I
didn't see that either. He went on the podcast.
Yeah.
Hot boxing with Mike. Oh, I want to see that.
Super awkward.
Of course, Mike is
awkward, bro.
Yeah, Mike is an awkward dude.
He said some weird shit. I forgot what the conversation
Random
was.
shit.
I love his weird shit. That dude,
it's entertaining to see how other people react or take in that shit. Like how receptive are you to the shit that he's saying right now?
I don't know how I would react.
Right.
Like I enjoy what he says, but in the moment, if you're just having a conversation with somebody and they just say like some really off the wall stuff, how quick do you respond? I don't know what to say to that.
You just fucking laugh. You're
it's
like,
cool
oh shit.
to watch other people.
Right.
I mean, the greatest moment is when he asked Boosie, "Do you think you gay because you hate gay people because you gay?"
By far the greatest moment.
To his face.
Mike just thinks different, man. He's a weird, kind of spacey dude. I like his vibe though.
He be big gas too.
Yeah, for sure. A whole lot of that.
That was all I had for sports. We went kind of long on sports. I mean, I had the coaching hirings, but I don't know. I don't have a whole lot to say.
It's like going through them. Carlisle, the Pacers. J. Kidd with the Mavs.
I like the Pacers.
Chauncey Billups with the Blazers.
Yeah.
I kind of liked all the signings, actually.
It kind of all made sense.
I
kind of wanted Chauncey, but I ain't mad. We got another black coach.
I like the Pacers. I like the Pacers game. Like I like their team already. I think they're young and talented, so maybe Carlisle can do his thing. Kidd and Kidd and Luka together seems like a great mashup.
For sure.
Teach him everything he needs to know.
Yeah.
And people rave about Chauncey. I always liked him on the court. Great court leadership. Hopefully, he's the same as a coach. You know, I like Portland. So.
Nobody's taking the Pelicans job though, right?
I don't think nobody wants that shit.
Probably not. I mean, at this point,
Ain't nobody going to hurt that for
I mean, they should be next. They got to be next up. If you're a coach and wanting to take a long-term job, then going with the 4 playoff teams seems to make sense.
Right.
They got to fill it somehow.
Right.
We'll see.
We'll see how it works.
Sue Bird.
All right. What we got? Teddy?
Oh, well, I mean, kind of basketball related, but music transition as well. What the fuck is wrong with your boy Kodak, bro? With the Kobe tribute. I'm going to do a Kobe tribute.
Well, you heard him say it because I'm KB.
I heard. I'm going to do a Kobe tribute and get a Kobe-style helicopter. The way that he died, that's a weird tribute.
I mean, look.
Birthday thing that he did.
It's his 24th birthday. Kobe was 24. I guess he just felt like that was the way he wanted to honor Kobe was by a purple and gold mini chopper. Which I didn't even know they made mini helicopters. That's hard. I thought it was pretty tight. A little helicopter. I didn't even think nothing of it. Like when I first saw it, like I was like, I mean, cool. I figured it was some like people will probably find some kind of way to spin it, but I don't see how like you could say like that's a disrespectful or anything like that. It's just what he wanted to do. He wanted to buy him. He wanted to honor Kobe that way.
It's disrespectful.
It was fucking retarded.
It's just slow. It's the only thing he knew what to do. So he was like, "Oh, helicopter, the helicopter." It's like,
but he didn't.
There was no thought put into it. Like if he was trying to do a tribute to Kobe,
he didn't just buy the helicopter though. He got the Tesla that's great. Got all the Kobe shit in the inside. Like he really went all out for Kobe. Like he didn't just buy the helicopter. That's the only thing that's getting
for itself. But I feel you.
Right. I mean,
shit for him.
But I'm just saying, it's for him for sure. You know, he did a little balloon release for Kobe and everything. Like, it wasn't just about the helicopter. I mean, that's just what everybody's kind of blowing up. He can't pay disrespect to his family and stuff.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
You can do everything else and nobody cares. Nobody has anything to say. That was a fucking retarded tribute, and I just had to bring that up.
That's your boy.
Yeah, that's my boy. I think it's pretty hard.
Idiot, bro.
It's pretty hard. He makes great music though. And he's been honoring a lot of people who passed away recently. He did the tribute for XXX recently, and so hey, he's putting out positive energy. That's all I see. Somebody who's trying to be positive right now.
I give him that. At least it's a positive term.
Yeah, it could be
or attempt to be a positive.
It could be Kodak of old, and you could just say anything he wanted to, which I mean still kind of does. But
he's
hey,
that's all I got.
Look, keep doing what you're doing, young man. Keep doing what you're doing.
Is what it is.
That's my stance on it.
T-Pain?
Teddy.
T-Pain.
Teddy pinned her ass down.
So did you say that this topic has come out of the documentary, the Netflix documentary?
Yes.
You want to put us onto that?
Well, the viral video I think everybody should have seen by now is T-Pain talking about this story with Usher on the plane. And, he said he was asleep on the plane. They was both in first class. He got a stewardess to come up there and, tell him, Usher want to talk to you. Went back there and was like, Usher basically said, well, you kind of fucked up music for real singers. And he said he kind of took that shit to heart and went to a deep depression for 4 years afterwards. But it's just a wild story. If you just go off that clip, it's just a wild thing. Like, damn, why do you say that? You gotta go watch the episode on this doc called This Is Pop on Netflix. It's the second episode. The first episode was great too by Boyz II Men. But it was like, basically the whole episode is based off the auto-tune effect. I think that's what it's called. Or the T-Pain effect or some shit like that. And I didn't know that auto-tune hadn't been around that long before T-Pain got on it. It was like,
I don't know much about it.
They was explaining. I think it was created by this white dude that ain't had nothing to do with music. He made it because he worked with sounds and shit to hear the sounds and see how big a cloud was, how big the core of the earth was, type shit. And he had a friend's wife that was trying to sing and asked him to make her a tool that would basically give her the right pitch every time she sings without so it won't be out of sync or whatever. Made that, and then it eventually ended up getting to all the studios. People started getting it and trying it, and it was almost like a unwritten, under wraps thing of the industry to not let people know that people was using auto-tune type shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it was it wasn't meant for people to use that couldn't sing.
Just to help out.
Just to fine tune and help the engineering process go faster.
That makes sense.
That was the whole use of it at first, and a couple people
pitch corrector. You can record things, and it just sounds better.
It's wild.
It's cleaner.
What's her name? Not Chloe. What's her fucking name? Cher.
Yeah.
Cher used it on her big records in the late '90s, and she was one of the first people to use it all the way turned up auto-tunes, where it's
gotcha.
All you could hear through her voice was through the auto-tune. And people thought that she was wild. And people asked them about did they use auto-tune, they lied about it. They said they didn't use it, even though you can definitely hear that she was using that shit. And if people would lie about it, it was an interesting thing where you don't talk about that, especially with real big singers, to be using this shit that's helping their voice out. So then T-Pain comes into play. And when T-Pain comes into play, he said he found it listening to some station on the radio or some shit one time on a Jennifer Lopez song. He heard it in the song. She was using it a little bit. And he didn't know what it was called. So he said he spent a year searching for this thing that he didn't know what it was called, but he knew he wanted to get that sound because he wanted to put it on his song. Found that shit, took off.
That's wild.
Found that shit, took off, and then they went to this whole thing about, I think people forget, T-Pain got a lot of hate for the auto-tune shit when he came out. So it was around the industry, around the music, around the music thing.
Death of auto-tune and shit.
You use the auto-tune to sing, you cheating, you disrespecting people who really do this and all this, da-da-da-da. That shit was wild. You gotta watch it, but it's
which is super ignorant to me. But I mean, I don't get why. So to me, the first or original auto-tune is a vocoder.
The vocoder, yeah.
Right.
They talk about that.
Right, that was invented in
fucking
the 1930s.
What is
That's a little thing with the piano, the satel. I don't know if you seen Sexual Seduction, the video from Snoop Dogg.
Yeah,
Sexual.
I don't remember.
He has a vocoder in that video, and it's just a little straw, pretty much, that you put in your mouth. It's attached to the piano, and you can.
I think that's
a lot of folk music had that shit.
You change the way you change the keys is how you change your pitch,
or
whatever. So it's not automated, but of course it's just expanded over the course of time, and that's a real mechanical type of sound.
It was an instrument.
Yeah, right.
Basically,
pretty much. I mean, to me, it didn't ruin music. It made it better. I just felt like auto-tune is.
He said you ruined music for the people that can sing, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what
I don't think so either, though, because it's T-Pain can actually sing, Akon can actually sing. These people have good voices. It's just that the auto-tune adds a different layer to the music. It's just while we in the recording studio and not recording all of our songs live, it's because we don't want to hear it like that. We want to hear it in a studio like environment. Like otherwise, you would just always record songs with a live band. Like this is the 1950s anymore. Like we are using technology to our advantage now to make
speed
sure
up the process of
right. You speed up the process, but you're also making a better product. You know, overall. So I mean, I think it's really advanced music more so than anything else.
I agree with you from a fan's perspective. I think he was saying it, and I can see why like a really great singer would not be a fan of it, because it's like
because a lot of people that couldn't sing started using it.
Yeah, I have a gift, a talent that most everybody else doesn't have, and now this kind of puts everybody not on a level playing field, but in a sense, I mean, it boosts everybody else that can't do what I do. It's not going to be the exact same product that comes out of it or whatever, but I can see not being a fan of it if you don't need it, and other less talented people now get the equal or better recognition. Is that what I'm looking for? Then
anyway, it was taking over music, and it was.
I could see that.
It basically, the episode just goes about how like T-Pain was like the one that took it there, so he got all the hate from it earlier, and then once people started doing it, that people respected. Like he said, he was talking about Kanye.
Yeah,
and he's like, Kanye could tell you himself, he created that because of me. Mm-hmm. He was like, when I heard rapper turned singer T-Pain first album, he's like, I love that album. He's like, I feel like the reason people love that is because it was melodies. It was melodies over a hard beat, hard bass drum. Right. There you have. No, he said it was love songs of a hard bass. He said, and then that's how you get 808s and heartbreaks. He's like, it's really straight from T-Pain is why he did this shit.
Honestly, this is all of music today. I mean, this is what it sounds like. It's a whole lot of hard beats over with auto-tune. I mean,
everything melodic.
No, it's no secret that T-Pain is a Florida boy. It's just like, I mean, that's what they do, you know what I'm saying? Or Drake has expanded upon that as well too. It's just, I don't know. I like the evolution of it, or the layer that is brought into hip hop is the auto-tune and stuff like that. And it was like so many people that was just hating on it before because
it makes it bad for him.
No, it's not that. It's just like it's kind of the natural human instinct thing. It's like people are scared of change and or fearful of things they don't understand completely and stuff like that. But it's like, no, this is really just is beneficial. And nowadays, even motherfuckers like Usher use auto-tune like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? All the time. It's just a normal thing, and it's just like, technology is going to keep evolving. So why not continue to use it?
I felt bad for Teddy watching that die, bro. It's kind of a sad story.
I don't think he gets enough credit.
He almost doesn't get the credit that he deserves for it because of the way he went through it and how he went about it. And I think y'all remember that NPR joint he did when he was on it was a Tiny Desk when he did his performance without no auto-tune and how that shit went viral.
Yeah,
he was like, when that happened, he's like, he was scared as shit when he performed that shit.
Oh really?
Because he had never performed without it.
Oh wow!
He had never showed nobody his raw voice like that.
He can sing,
and he can really sing. Yeah. And when he did it, he said he was scared as shit, and he didn't know how people would react. He said, and then when he seen the reaction, it pissed him off. He was like, "Oh, y'all thought I wasn't a good artist before y'all didn't hear me without auto-tune." It was like he took it like I get it, all right, it's cool, but it's like it makes me feel like, oh, y'all respect me now. It makes me feel like y'all never respected me before. After all these hits and all this great career I've had and all these charting songs, y'all thought it was just because the auto-tune would make me great. And that was not true. He made amazing records. He's like, I had to write these records. I'm a producer. I engineer. I build up whole records solely off me.
Yeah, for sure.
So to say I didn't get no respect to y'all, didn't use the auto-tune is like, what? Do y'all know what I do?
I don't agree with that part of it. I mean, that's how he feels.
How could you not agree with that?
What do you mean?
I
was getting ready to say.
My bad. Go say what you gotta say. I was like, what?
Nah, I mean, I think when people hated on I think the hate came from, we think you're a terrible singer and you use this to make your voice sound good. I don't think people were looking at the whole of it, of all the production, the writing, and all this shit. It's like, if you can't sing, but this makes you as good as these other people, that's kind of whack. But when he shows that he's got a great voice, it's like, well, what the hell are you doing? Of course we respect you if we knew you could sing.
But the irony to that is there probably wouldn't be a T-Pain if he didn't use auto-tune.
Right.
That's the irony to it. That's what made him stand out amongst everybody else, or he would just been another dude trying to do R&B music.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I understand why he felt slighted, and I do feel bad for the way that he got blamed for all this stuff for a while. But the part about getting mad that they liked his real voice is crazy to me. I think that's just some sensitive stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
he's probably definitely
people focus on the auto-tune.
Right.
Yeah.
People focus on the auto-tune side of it so much, but it's just like I just focused on like the structure of the music.
Yeah,
that
they
he
were
was
amazing records.
Yeah, I mean,
trash records.
It doesn't matter who sung this shit. Like this shit is constructed for it to be a hit regardless. Like this is a great song, great concepts, and like hooks and bridges and you know all of this, everything about it was just everything. This is a great product overall. It's like, why are we getting hung up on this one thing that sounds really good anyway?
Yeah, I mean,
you just at that point you're just hating.
He might have caught some snide comments and like attitudes from people, but all those songs were massive. Like the people were liking the music.
You know the catch to it was?
It wasn't like we were not on it.
The catch to it, they was talking about how during when he first came out, rappers weren't using auto-tune like that yet. They weren't using it at all.
Right.
But every rapper would get T-Pain on their single.
Mm-hmm.
So they was like cheating by having it on their hit single by getting T-Pain to use it. I ain't gonna use it for myself because people gonna hate on me. But I get T-Pain on my record to use it and give me a hit.
That's a good point.
It's like, yo, come on. Like, that's some bullshit.
And now it's almost like a standard to have that on your album.
Yeah.
At least once.
20
even
years
J.
later,
Cole was
here.
using auto-tune.
20 years later, it's still here.
It's never going to go away. It's just going to continue to evolve. You know, we're going to get probably more features and things like that to help advance music going forward. So, that's what's up.
Hey, T-Pain is great. He's credit, man. He's one of the GOATs. He's a go to auto-tune. Go to that shit.
I thought that was an interesting topic that came out this week, or interesting discussion from him.
He should do he ain't done verses yet, right? He hasn't done verses?
I think he
did. I think he did against Lil Jon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was.
That might have been the best one.
Why not him versus The Dream?
Dream did
Dream
one
had
already
gone.
Against Sean Garrett.
Oh, okay. I would like to see T-Pain.
That's like one of the first ones.
Yeah, you're right. I would like to see T-Pain and The Dream go against each other. I feel like that would be a good battle. Two good like song writers, and they perform their own shit sometimes too.
Yeah. It would be great music, but I'm off of verses.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm off of verses.
Will never watch it.
Come on now.
Ultimately, I am, but I mean I would tune in for that.
Be a lot of good music on there for sure.
Yeah, versus took a turn. It's not a battle anymore. It's a performance.
Did you watch did that air?
It's tonight.
It's tonight.
Yep.
Soldier, Big Soldier, and Bow Wow.
Bow. In your face. And I'm excited about this because even though of course we know they're probably good friends or whatever, they approaching it like it's a battle. They going at each other for the last few weeks. I want to see that. It's gonna be entertaining.
Soldier Boy gonna get
and we gotta put some respect on them. They some young legends.
We don't have to put some respect on that.
Soldier Boy gonna get ate up.
They ain't legends?
I don't think so. No.
Come on now.
Soldier Boy about to get ate up.
You think so?
Is he gonna play the songs he produced as well?
He's gonna have to.
He's gonna have to. Of course. So he ain't gonna make it, bro.
When he play that nigga, we made it.
Yeah, he gonna have to make that.
Ring off, bro.
Definitely will.
He gonna have to. That might
Definitely will.
But I mean, Bow Wow got some hits for real though.
They both got hits.
Yeah, they both got hits, but Bow Wow got more. He probably got double the actual hits that the Soldier Boy had.
Soldier Boy got a new hit. What you talking about?
Yeah, I wouldn't even call it a hit, but people know it. It's a TikTok. It's a club song.
I don't find any of the Soldier Boy stuff funny. It must not hit my comedic and the way that I like my comedy. I don't know, but I don't find any of this stuff funny.
Well, like his antics and rants on
all the
social
antics,
media?
the rants, the social media backing of him now, all the jokes about Soldier made this and stuff. I don't find any of it funny. I just think it's annoying.
I think it's pretty.
That's why I'm not interested in the verses at all.
Fuck with Soldier.
I think almost everybody else I see thinks it's funny.
I mean, ultimately, I think he's probably an annoying person in real life.
Have to be.
But as a character.
Yeah,
he's a funny dude. Yeah. As a character, would I hang out with Big Draco?
I do not find it entertaining.
No, me and him probably would hang out. I mean, I doubt I would do any of the things that he definitely does cocaine.
He wouldn't hang out with you.
It is no doubt in my mind he does cocaine.
Look like he smoke a lot of weed.
He does, but he's that hype, bro. You doing coke? You are doing cocaine. There's no way around
Big Soldier.
He ain't big. The motherfucker is slim as wind. He's thin as wind out here.
Big Draco, bro.
You respect
you damn right I respect Soldier,
I got some respect for him and stuff like that. I'm not saying
they counted Soldier out. He's still getting looked at out here right there.
Yeah, I'm not. But the man looking bad. He looks sick. He's doing drugs, dog. That's all that.
You're just skinny,
bro. You are on cocaine. That's it. That's why you get all these rants on live and stuff. It's like, bro, who is that hype in their home? Unless you're doing cocaine.
It's funny though. I like it.
It's a hell of a drug.
Get your shit off, Soldier.
Yeah.
Fuck Soldier Boy. All right, but enough about those two fellas. Tune in for Versus tonight if you're interested. New music this week. There wasn't a lot of new music.
Not a lot.
The one big drop, I guess you could say, was Tyler, the Creator.
Call me if you get lost.
Did you listen to this
Like
at
the
all,
title.
Carl?
No, I got lost. I didn't.
Got lost.
Do you hate Tyler?
He's just not for me. It's not that I hate him. But when I listen to him, I quickly understand that this ain't my type of music.
I thought you didn't care for him, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I don't hate him. I just the kind of person he is just like I could never see myself like actually like being an affiliate of a person like Tyler Creator.
Because he ain't survive a shootout.
No, not that. It's just that he one of them dudes that you can't fall asleep around. He one of them dudes that would like he's gonna put something in your ear or something when you go to sleep.
Definitely drawing a dick on your face.
Right? Yeah, guys I can't be friends with. Like I would wake up and have to fight Tyler.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's one of them.
Just like have a lot of white boy fun.
I would not want to hang
he's
around
trying to teabag you or some shit. You're like, bro, you're crossing the line.
But not as a joke. Like
right.
he just wanted to.
Like, bro, you're crossing the line, son.
Definitely high level weirdo.
Yeah. I just can't never get with him. But I mean, the raps and stuff, like I do respect his ability to be able to rap, but when I listen to him, I'm just he has had some songs that has impressed me. Like on his last album, I think he showed he was.
You gotta love Earthquake.
He was like very versatile, a lot more versatile than I thought he was.
That was crazy.
But that whole I don't know, growl type rap shit that he does, I'm not into it.
Oh, I kind of fuck with his voice. Pause.
Yeah.
Did you like him before the last album?
No.
I didn't think so.
Not a Tyler fan. Knew a couple songs, liked some shit he did with Frank Ocean. Was a Frank Ocean fan. Wasn't a big fan. Mm-hmm. I am now a fan of Tyler, the Creator. These last two albums have done it for me. I feel like he made this album for me.
Oh, really?
I feel like he made this second album. It's like it's the best. It's a great culmination of like ignorance and intellectual brilliance in one album. Because it's phenomenal production. He produced every song on the album.
I was going to ask you about that too. I had seen something about his production or something, so I assumed he must have done it. But he did the whole album?
It's Kanye-esque to me levels of production on here. Like, it's that level of, like, it's like, what? He produced this?
He does a lot of those beat changes, like where it sounds like two different songs. It doesn't even sound like you're still on the same song. It looked like it seemed like it went into the next
Kendrick
one.
like.
Yeah.
Like his song.
Y'all like that? That's one of the things I'm not a fan of.
I'm not generally a fan. It's
I like
not
it if you
something
do
I
it
care
well.
for.
If you do it well, he does it well.
You can get
I
away
always
with
find
it.
myself liking one of the other parts of the song more, and I was just like, I wish you would just stuck with this.
No, I agree with you.
You know,
on that.
that's why I'm saying, like, overall, I'd be like, okay, it wasn't bad or anything like that, but I was fucking with the way it came on so much that I hated the way that you transitioned it to like something so much slower.
Or you like the second part.
Right.
It's like I don't want to wait 2 minutes to get to where this beat switch happens.
I appreciate the build up though. I appreciate the build up.
Yeah.
Like when the song gets gradually better. Especially because a lot of his songs start off slow pace and then it just goes into it. It's like, oh shit, this shit crazy.
Yeah.
He did that like the first 7 tracks did that to me. Like, yo, what the fuck? Like he did it.
How many tracks are on there?
I think like 14.
16, I think.
It wasn't overly long because I didn't notice it being long.
And he did the hidden feature thing again. Well, like Cole did. A lot more features, but some hidden features.
Yeah, it's a ton of features on there.
Dope. A lot of features that I wasn't expecting.
NBA Youngboy.
NBA Youngboy and Ty Dolla on the same song was fire. I really like that.
Wayne joint.
42 Doug was on there. Wayne was on there. Wayne killed it. Wayne killed
Davies is not on there.
So that was wild. Most thought Davies was on one of these tracks.
The Lemon Head jump with 42 Doug.
And you can hear it. Yeah, listen to Lemonhead thinking that he sounds like Dave East and tell us you don't hear that.
Yeah, the second half of Tyler's verse, he gets into the Dave East mode to me. That's just wild. But hey.
He's better than Dave at being Dave.
That's fine. No, we're not going to do that.
Brent Fires, he's got 2 with him now.
Yeah.
I thought it was an unlikely combo. You said you thought it made sense. Tell me about that.
It made sense to me because based off how him and Frank Ocean's relationship was and the music they made together in the past, it made sense because Brent Fayez is of that ilk of a Frank Ocean, I believe.
It probably makes a little bit more sense after that last album, but before the last album, you never heard Tyler do anything but sound like Tyler. Yeah. With the crazy voice, the growl and all that stuff that you mentioned, the multi-syllables, like tight raps, that was his only sound. So to hear him singing and doing all this crazy stuff on the last album, I actually didn't care for the album that much, but it was a totally different artist.
Yeah.
So now I can see it a little bit differently.
One song specifically, one of my favorite songs called Her. I think I
on this one or the last one?
No, it's off his Goblin album, actually.
Oh, okay.
On his older album. Joey had a Frank Ocean. That song sounds like it could fit on that Igor album he put out. Like just the sound of it. So,
Her, you said it's called?
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out. I don't remember. I like Tyler. I don't listen to his music a ton. This album, though, I thought was really good, and the 2 or 3 listens that I've given it so far.
Yeah.
I always liked that he could rap, but I always felt like he had like kind of that Eminem style of
just randomness.
Yes, right. Just rapping the craziest shit because the syllables fit.
Right.
And then it made sense. Like it wasn't like just random words, but it was random in there. Like, what are you really talking about? I'm not sure.
Right, exactly.
But I feel like he now has really gone. I feel like he's progressed a lot from the very beginning of his career. I was hung up on him at the beginning because of all the shock stuff that they did. Like Odd Future was crazy when they first came in with all the devil stuff. A lot of that shit
turned me off too.
And they were obviously just trying to like get your attention, be in your face. But all of them, as they've grown up, I like them. I kind of like them.
Yeah, a little bit.
But it was weird. He's a weird dude.
I appreciate the DJ dramas on there too.
Oh, that's the first track, right? Or first
the whole album. He did the whole album.
Oh yeah.
It's like basically like a Gangsta Grills album.
That's tight.
yeah, it's hard.
Tyler was hype about that, so that's cool.
Why would he get a Gangsta Grills though?
Why you say that? You don't think he's worthy?
Not a gangster.
Oh, you gotta be a gangster to have a Gangsta Grill?
I mean, normally that's all the people that I know that drop with DJ dramas, or at least portrayed to be.
Oh, you might want to check that.
I don't know. I don't know. That's the ones I listen to. I guess so.
I mean, of course, the biggest ones are Wayne and Jeezy.
Wayne, you might say Wayne,
that's the
Jeezy,
biggest ones, but he was making a lot of Gangsta Grills for people.
Like, this is the things I'm thinking of. People who's in the, or at least proclaim to be in the streets. I don't know.
I get what you're saying. I wouldn't think of Tyler working with him.
Right.
I wouldn't. I also wouldn't have thought of Uzi either.
Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not.
And he signed to him.
Maybe that weird shit. I can see.
Isn't Uzi signed to him?
Signed to who?
DJ Drama.
Drama. He was. I think he was Rock Nation now.
Okay. I thought that was weird.
That was the whole big thing about
it. But I mean, weirdo level. I fuck with Tyler. I'm a fan. You got me. Two solid fucking albums. I love it.
No doubt.
Yeah.
And I said it real quick, but in passing, I hate on Wayne a lot, any of the new music that he puts out, but he killed his verse on this. The last one on the DMX.
How many times y'all gonna do that to y'all? Just invite Wayne back in, bro, and just to your heart.
I mean, once he gives an album of that.
Oh, okay. But he doesn't already have that with you already off his past albums?
No, he did. He wore that out. He spent that money already.
Oh, he got expiration date?
He built up a lot of money with me through all the first 3-4 albums or whatever. And then for the past 7 years, he's gradually lost all of that cachet and now has to re-earn his spot. I still hold him in high regard, Mount Rushmore type stuff.
Right.
But when it comes to new music now, not generally very, very impressed. But I want to give love because I always give hate to him. Great verse. Killed it.
Yeah, that was fire. That was fire. Except for the end. I don't know what the fuck went on at the end of this verse.
You ain't gotta complete everything with some hate. You can just say you like it.
Nah, bro. I'm gonna have to throw that out there because it was just a weird.
We didn't say it all.
Yeah, I don't. Right, he could have just left it silent instead of that little fucking llama yell that he did at the end of it. I don't know what the fuck that was, bro.
Shout out to Weezy, man.
It was weird.
Dope shit.
Tyler, the Creator, looked like the type of dude to say cock.
Definitely.
You know that?
He definitely says cock.
Yeah, he definitely.
Definitely. Like, regularly.
That's wild that you think about that, though.
I'm just saying.
It's a good...
Weird.
I think it's accurate.
It's accurate.
I think it's accurate.
That's why I'm like, I don't know if I could be friends with Tyler. But, I mean, he's probably all right guy.
Probably not.
It's probably funny as shit.
Probably not somebody you'd want to be around more than an hour.
Right. It was like, yo, this shit mad annoying chilling with this dude.
He's probably cool as shit. I think all that weird shit he does for us is like a throw off. He probably cool as shit. I see a lot of people that fuck with him in the industry. It's like he can't be that weird. This many people fuck with him like that.
Yes. Like, so him being on Pusha T's album, early in his career, was kind of when I was like,
who was he on?
Maybe I should give him a shot.
Recently, was it a Gibbs joint?
Yeah.
Like a lot of real spitters have got him on projects.
West Side Guns album, but I think he was on the track with Gibbs and Joey Badass.
So a lot of people on like fuck with him on that level. Were like, all right, to get you on a track with some barred up people like that, it's obviously a respect level that people fuck with him like.
I think people always said he can rap.
I was gonna say people always said he could rap, but I think what he does good now is he the rapping is like more the focus. He mixes in the singing and stuff. And he still has like his funny lines. Yeah. He has a lot of funny bars. He likes to say shit that people are just gonna be like, what? Yeah. So I respect that, but he seems to mix it better. Whereas like early in his career, it was just like, I'm just here to annoy people. Right. And I happen to rap well.
Shock value shit.
Yeah. I don't respect that much.
Yeah, I can see that.
But shout out to Tyler.
Good shit.
For sure.
There wasn't much else that I liked this week, so I won't take up our time on singles.
The Baby dropped a couple of singles.
Sky album was hard.
Yeah.
Produced by Timbaland.
In the tuck, I haven't listened. I saw his name all over.
Yeah, he produced the whole album.
He was listed like as a feature on like
some jobs he was like, I guess, doing his Timbaland shit on it. You know, he'd be saying his background shit.
I'm gonna definitely check that out. I like some stuff from her already. Justine Skye.
Yeah, she's dope.
Do you think it's weird that the Baby dropped 2 singles same week?
No,
not particularly.
He does this every time he's about to start releasing new music. He drops a couple singles.
It wasn't one the week before, technically.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks. Last week and this week.
Oh, all right. Well, maybe I don't know. Yeah. Maybe just build back up. But the that red light, green light, it's gonna go up. It's gonna do some big numbers.
The last one gonna go up too. Both of them hard records.
Man, ball if I want to. I mean, I don't really care for either song.
And both videos.
I think
videos always go
the best song that he's dropped in the last couple of weeks was Scat.
The hell was that?
Bluetooth speaker going off in the background.
Oh, okay. The best song he's dropped in the last couple of weeks is Scat. But
Tory song.
Yeah, that's a Tory song.
Okay.
But you know,
I think all 3 of them is equal level hard.
They're solid. It's just the Baby type songs, you know. They're solid. I think he tweeted out. There's a meme that's going around now. He tweeted out, "Who I got to talk to get a song with Jay-Z?" Oh, yeah. And they responded, "Jay-Z ain't rapping on these Rocky and Bullwinkle type beats." That's hilarious.
I almost sent that.
I also see a lot of people respond, Meg. Cause you know she's managed by Rock Nation.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, Jay-Z might not fuck with him on that. But I mean, I'm just waiting for. I think the Baby is one of the biggest pop stars of the game for sure in the rap game. I think it's really only second to Drake as far as like pop star. But I really think he's so much bigger than rap. I think he could be like a real deal personality, like or a character, like movies. TV shows and stuff like that are really the Baby's calling. I think, of course, he can rap really well. Not saying that, but I think he could be a lot bigger than rap. And like as far as career, he might be one of them dudes that we look back, 10, 15, 20 years from now, and our kids might not even know that the Baby rapped or something. They're gonna think he's just always been an actor. Ludacris is LL Cool J's and Will Smith's type of people. Yeah. It's like, oh, you're so animated as a person, like. You just belong in front of a camera regardless if you're, rapping or dancing or whatever. You just belong in front of a camera.
Speaking so I think he should Ludacris, how y'all feel about that Duval comparison?
He's saying that he's the new Ludacris.
Is the Jeezy of this era and the Baby is Ludacris of this era.
I think I compare the Lil Baby to Jay-Z more than Jeezy, but I mean I can see it. I guess.
What?
People have been saying that the Baby a Ludacris thing because of the music video.
It's the music video, or you can say Busta Rhymes too.
Hold on.
Yeah, I agree.
Take it back a little bit.
Bruh, Lil Baby is the new
25th
Jay-Z.
anniversary of Reasonable Doubt, and you just said Lil Baby reminds you of Jay-Z?
Yeah.
What? Okay.
Yeah, it's just the flow,
Well, why Jeezy?
hustle.
Because he run the streets. He on the streets.
Okay.
So I
He got the streets on
don't,
live. Best street rapper out there.
I don't know about like. I mean, yeah, you could kind of say that, but I don't know. It's just different. Like, I compare him to Jay-Z as far as because for like the business acumen and like I don't know the flow that they have. So
Business acumen and the flow.
yeah, I feel like he's
business acumen.
Yeah, I was saying, what business acumen you talking about?
I just feel like he's like the standard of like hustler in the rap game is Lil Baby. It's like almost like the standard of like I don't know the kind of content that he puts out, the messages he puts in his
came
music
in
and stuff like
with
that.
his own label.
Yeah, I mean, look, things are different now. You know.
All right, cool.
I was just saying, bro.
Talking about business acumen.
I mean, I'm just saying. I think that's what we'll
Shout out to QC.
We'll go
the
back
label.
and look and see like, oh, he really did
I'm
expand.
sure he makes a lot of good business decisions, probably, but to
Yeah.
say it's Jay-Z level is kind of the extreme.
Well, I mean, it's still only 4 years into his career. I don't think anybody was saying anything like that about
so you
Jay-Z
admit
when
you
he was
being
that
extreme by
point.
comparing him with the Hove.
I mean, this is what I see. Y'all don't have to believe in the division,
All the
but you know, it is what it
comparisons
is.
are it's a lighthearted compare. All of them are a reach. Even the Jeezy.
Well, word is Mr. Extreme, though. Like, you always go to the top or the bottom, very bottom to compare people.
He always is, but I don't think this one is that crazy. I get what you're saying. Is a soft comparison he reminds you of. I'll go with it. I don't have a strong take on this.
Close enough to me, you know.
That don't remind me of Hove at all. Like, not even a little bit.
I mean, look. I mean, look. We can even go to
The
a
closest thing
person,
to Hove and there's you right there is Cole.
but Cole will never be that.
He's already doing it.
He has no interest of being a Jay-Z like figure.
He's
That's
already
what I'm saying.
doing it. Have you heard of Dreamville? Have you seen the rappers they got on that roster?
I don't know any of them that's doing anything. When
Oh, you might as well be aware then. You got a long lineup.
that's actually a buzz in the rap game type shit. That's like actual a big artist or anything like that. Like
So
JID is dope.
JID, Ari Lennox.
yeah.
People don't have buzzes. What are you talking about?
I mean, Ari Lennox, she got a little buzz or whatever, but
Okay.
I don't know. I just think it's different levels when you start talking about that. J. Cole got his own lane.
You're right. And Baby ain't got none of that. So
J. Cole
that's
like
a bigger level.
4
than
PF,
that.
that's pretty big.
Who
42
signed that
Doug
for?
probably
Who signed
bigger
that?
than anything that J. Cole got. I'm just starting like as far as popularity.
Look, we got like 4
Bigger
or
than
5
anything they got
minutes
going on.
to either finish this discussion or do the Baby and Meg. I don't care which one we do.
The blasphemous.
But really quick,
just saying.
you have a way of, you have your world that you live in.
Yeah,
that
That's
you
for sure. That's for sure.
And I think your world overlaps majority with popularity type stuff. So I understand where you
Kinda,
get your
yeah.
metrics
Right,
and where
right.
you rank artists and stuff. That makes sense to me. But I think you just discount everybody that's not in this popular category that is your world. And you throw them to the side like they're nothing.
No, it's
This
not.
is not just this discussion. This happens every time we have like a ranking type thing, and you talk about popularity, and that is a major aspect of it.
It's
you
my
have
way.
to realize that there's another world
That's
of
true.
a large group of
Facts.
people that like a certain niche thing. They like this, they like that, they like underground or whatever.
That's a certain fact.
That's just a
But
general statement I have
my
to make.
way. That's my way of eliminating the like your personal preference is by putting that factor in there and saying this is what everybody likes or the majority of people
I get
like.
that.
So that's why I'm saying. Well, that's why I always use that because we can eliminate personal preference when we do those things, and then really look at it on a big picture, grand scope of things. Is just saying, hey, this is what I like and my friends like, and I'm like, oh well, this dude is bigger, so
No, I think
You know what I'm saying?
I think that makes perfect
The
sense.
explanation kind
I
of makes
would-
sense, but you kind of ridiculous with it though.
Nah, it's that you discount the other stuff as being like garbage, irrelevant. Nobody
I never
cares.
said that. I never said
I'm not
that.
talking about just this
I'm just
discussion.
saying.
I'm saying in general. I think you discredit the amount of cult fan base stuff and that type of thing that other people have and they consider to be successful. If they're not in this group, it's garbage.
I've never said they're not.
That was all for the dream.
Yeah, but I've never said they're not as successful. If I know their name, they've had some success up to this to a certain point, regardless. But it's just about, like I said, we got to look at the big picture and the grand scope of things and stop just looking at or thinking about things that are our personal preference. You got to be realistic about it. That's it. That's all.
Yeah, I can't. That's why I don't like comparisons.
That's my thing.
I don't have a dog in this fight. I don't care.
Because the comparison actually discredit whoever the bigger person you're comparing them to. Like that's what it seems like. What because Hov is like untouchable to me.
Yeah, but that's
So
isn't
it's
that
like-
you don't think that's just a personal thing for you? Because I don't understand what the difference would be between the comparison that he made to the comparison with Jeezy. Like you said, the streets thing or whatever, and that part makes sense.
But
Jeezy is also a massive artist that you can't compare them evenly. Like it's a lighthearted. He reminds me of Jeezy. He reminds me of Jay. You don't see it that way at all?
No, I don't think Jeezy is Hov level either.
You don't think somebody like Jay-Z is tangible for an artist to like touch as far as career wise?
Not necessarily. It's like I don't think. I treat people like the Jay-Z's, the Tom Brady, like the people. I think these people are anomalies. I don't think you'll see something that can compare to them ever. You might get something that you could say, oh, it's kind of similar. You might do it in a smaller time of frame or a smaller level. But when you have 30 years of what he's done in that 30 years to say like somebody's going to match that is kind of almost impossible. Not saying it couldn't happen, but it's very slim chance that it could happen.
I agree with you. I just think that's the same. I think the same thing with Jeezy. And I'm not comparing Jeezy and Jay-Z, saying that they're similar. Because I got Jay way ahead of him too. But they're both in this upper echelon of rap in general. So to compare any new artist to either of them, like, of course we're not doing an exact comparison. It's like, who does this artist remind you of? That's what I don't understand why you don't think the Jeezy thing
because Jeezy makes more sense, more comparable to where Lil Baby is. Yeah. Like, how long was Jeezy's run?
The longest time.
Was it that long?
Yeah, it was very long.
It was pretty long.
It was long, bro.
His height was probably a good 4 or 5 year period. Maybe not even that.
I think it's longer than that, bro.
Maybe
of course he made music after that.
I think
of course he's had a long career.
But I say,
but his
really
greatest success when he ran the streets, where you heard Jeezy everywhere all summer. That was a small period of time.
I think it was 10
few years.
I think at least 10 years.
But Jay-Z's peak isn't 30 years.
Right.
I ain't say that.
Nah, but I'm saying
we're talking about comparing him to Lil Baby.
Right.
And I'm talking about Jay-Z is like another level.
Look,
we talking about business acumen. We're not just talking about the music no more.
Ultimately, look, comparisons are, you always can pick and choose they're not the exact same person. So you can always pick and choose and say, no, well, this thing isn't like him and this thing is. Comparisons is just like a vast blanket that you just throw over something and say, hey, this is what I think. But ultimately, it's the reason why I always like to go with comparisons and stuff, because things come around full circle in life in general. Like you sit there and like you can fathom somebody else being as big as Jay-Z, but in reality, it's going to happen. Like, or it really is already happening. Drake is going to be 2 times bigger than Jay-Z probably ever was. And then we're going to see somebody else. And then we're going to see somebody else. So it's okay to compare these people, because it's logical to think that, things will happen again. The history will repeat itself again. So that's all I'm saying.
I agree with that. And the example you used was Drake, which is the top of the top.
But
that's why it's different. It's like, all right, that makes sense. Compare Drake to Jay-Z.
But at one point, he was just a guy from Degrassi. You know what I'm saying?
Over a decade ago.
Point, yeah, exactly. But this is 2-3 years within Baby's career. That's all. It's like you said, it sounds wild because I'm saying it right now, but in 15 years from now or 10 years from now, is it going to sound crazy? Maybe not. You don't know.
All right.
That's it.
I feel like we should continue to finish this discussion almost.
We can keep going.
We either got to bump samples the next week.
I don't have one.
Oh, we can go over?
Yeah.
We can't go over?
I don't have a sample.
I got you.
I don't have a sample.
It's whatever.
But I mean,
keep it going. What you guys? I mean,
that's really all my thoughts I had on it, though. I know you wanted to talk about this Meg and and the baby shit
we
that
can.
we got going.
I thought we just had more to say about that.
That's all I had. That's all I had. Unless you had a rebuttal.
I mean, I said it.
Oh, okay.
You compare Drake to Jay-Z, that makes more sense than no baby.
Okay.
That's all. That's it.
Carl loves comparisons, and I think
that's my thing.
I think he makes decent comparisons sometimes, and I think he projects future success well, in a sense. I think he sees future success better than me and you do, or is willing to see the future. Somebody see a trajectory going up better than we'll be like, well, let's just wait and see. Let's see it and prove it first.
No,
but I've said a million times.
Word be wrong a lot.
Well, hold on.
Projections.
Let me finish what I'm saying. But I've said a million times that when Carl gives his projections, they start as a statement of what he thinks, and then as we debate them, he says that they're hard facts that everybody knows, and he just gets too buried in his own thing. But I think he does a decent job with comparisons. I'm gonna use the word sensitive, but I just mean sensitive in that, like, you have stronger opinion on it. I think you're more sensitive to comparisons, and you tend to take them more literal. Like, even when we've had comparison discussions, like I generally, when I compare something, I'm looking for like 2 or 3 similar, really big points to me that align, and I'm like, these two seem similar to me. And then when me and you will debate them, like, you're like, nah, but look at this, and I'm like, I feel you.
Perfect example.
I'm not saying they all align.
Perfect example of what I'm talking about. What Stephen A. does, what Stephen A. did, the Stephen A. curse. Like, it's so ridiculous. And I guess you could say, oh, because Devin Booker's a good scorer, he might, but it's like, we've seen the work from these players you're comparing them to.
Right.
So to compare that to that somebody that's been in the league for a few years to somebody that's had a 20-year career, we see what they've done. It's like so astronomical to say they're going to be that.
I agree.
And it sets them up to, like, they most likely won't be that. In most cases. Not saying that they can't or there's no chance at all, but he most likely won't be Kobe.
Right.
So it's like, why make that comparison? Like, it's just kind of wild.
I'm with you.
At least keep it in the lanes of somebody that's playing in the league with him or something.
But that's no fun.
All right.
None of that is any fun. When you say, like,
how's it not? We do it all the time. We compared.
I think some people like
Reggie Jackson to Drew Holiday. Like, you can find comparisons in the current.
But these are Reggie Jackson and Drew Holiday.
I just used that because we just said that earlier.
I'm just saying, like, that's why.
I think they're two different things. I think there's a big difference between the comparisons and the projection comparisons. Right. As a comparison, you're like really looking for like similarities and stuff, and like trying to find who are these two people that we can compare against each other. The projection type stuff that Carl likes to do more is like taking a small sample size, and I mean, it's a guess, but it's guesstimating how good is this person going to be in the future. Right. I don't like doing that. I personally don't like doing that because of what you just said.
It's a lot of unknowns.
It's way the odds are like 100 to 1 that somebody's gonna eventually get to this point. Right. But it is. I understand why it's more fun to try to guess who's going to get there. I don't like it because I like more evidence-based stuff. So I think that's the difference between the two.
An example for me is before Antonio Brown broke out, or I think after his 2013 season, I told all my friends, I was like, yo, this dude is Jerry Rice. And everybody was like, yo, you tripping right now. It's way too early to say anything like that. Then he goes on this crazy 5-6 year run where you're like, oh, well, you can't compare him to Jerry Rice, but where projecting like that so far out falters is just that because I didn't expect, or you can't see things that happened within Antonio Brown's career, like him having the whole big blowout with the Steelers. It's stuff like that. It's things that you can't factor into it. But, you know, for that 5-6 year run, I was right. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it. It's just it's things that beyond that you can't really think about.
But I don't think they were saying he's Jerry Rice now because of those seasons.
Yeah, so what you just said though is kind of my point when me and you get to argue about stuff. Right. You might be right. For 5-6 years, you might be right for 10 years. Right. But when you're making a comparison to somebody that did it for 20,
it's hard.
Yeah, when it's all said and done, he's not gonna be there.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick to my side that probably something will prevent this from happening. Whether it's all the drama that he had or an injury or something.
I get it. If we're gonna say it's just for fun, it's fun, cool. But I feel like you be dead ass serious.
No, I believe
this is what's gonna happen. This is fact. When you say these things, I believe it because it's like no. It's not going to happen.
I only can believe what I see in front of me at that moment. So then at that moment, I'm projecting what I can, if this continues for 10, 15, 20 years or whatever, what this person or what this will evolve into. So that's all I see. Once it changes, then I'll change my mind.
So this is a great reason for you to not be a gambler. You said you're not.
Yeah, I'm not a gambler.
Now that I just heard you say out loud the way that you like to think about it.
That's what I think, yeah.
Great idea to not be a gambler.
Right, yeah, because
especially in these playoffs, because everything changes from game to game.
Yeah, I will lose.
Every time somebody's hot, they're about to go for 70.
Yeah. They have the game.
So I wouldn't be able to do that. I wouldn't be good at it. So.
Oh, shit. That was a good talk, though.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Sure. Yeah, I didn't want to stop that. Yeah, and Carl's missing a sample. We're kind of out of time. I've got a sample that I'll have for next week ready to go.
Oh, so we're not doing samples?
Yeah, I mean, we got like a minute left before we're going to be pressing the upload time frame. So, good pod, though. That flowed very easily. Good topics, good discussions.
Yes, indeed.
As always, man. As always.
Anything else y'all want to say?
Yeah, I got a top call. Kind of, a quote you've probably heard before, but I like the way it was said in this way. I think I got this from
Denzel Washington?
No.
Oh.
We should
Kenya.
We should do our samples.
We should?
Yeah, because at this point, once we put in intro music and stuff, we're going to go over. So if we're going to go over, we may as well do our samples
that
we brought.
Let's get it then, bro.
So save your words of wisdom. I do want to hear those.
All right.
Well, for the YouTube, we're done for the week. We'll be back next week. Episode 105 coming.
Peace.
We appreciate y'all.
Samples on the audio.
Coming on the audio.
Yep.
Peace.